time as I begin recording.
So we saved the rest of the children. Neil blew up a guy's head with her mind. And we managed to through very fast talking shenanigans of the two demons, we're able to basically walk out the front door with all of the children and are now waiting in a rundown shambled hut while Glenn went to scout out the was it the Talonwood? I believe it was the Talonwoods family
Deliver a
estate.
message to the
Yeah.
Talonwoods.
The
Yes.
Talonwood estate. Oh, Krez, do you have Sirenscape up and running?
Oh, sorry. I muted myself because I didn't want to interrupt.
It's okay, I don't have it up either.
Yeah. I actually do not. Sorry.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, I mean,
Now it's the beaches. So many people listening.
And now, while we were waiting, it was basically just us interacting with the kids.
Yes.
That's right.
could
Sam
soon
and
get rid of
Balthazar
them.
were entertaining them with magic stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. I will set up the ambience. Ambiance.
Oui.
Turn off the music.
I have it downloaded, but I'm not sure like what stuff specifically in the thing to like get up and running.
Right.
Might have just downloaded the wrong thing because I'm a dumb bitch.
It's so strange going from a
You're not
20th level
dumb.
character to a 6th level character.
Oh
So
great! I gotta fucking log into Sirenscape again.
Wow.
Don't know why.
Bah, 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 bah.
Why? Keeps asking me to do this.
Get your
Try
stream
and
on.
click that link, Grace.
Oh yeah. Cheers.
Maybe that'll get you in the escape.
Says it-
Come on.
I'm pretty sure I did download that one. Or like it was the thing that was like supposed to be like below the Epic Games Need Epic Sound thing. It just says the page is not found.
So you downloaded specifically the online version.
Think so. Unless I'm confusing it with another thing. Oh
There's
yeah.
There's a couple of other.
Oh,
There's a
cheers.
couple of. Yeah, there's a couple of different Sirenscapes. This is the one you have, right?
Oh, there we go.
Machine now?
Yeah, it says like I'm in the game.
So
Yeah, there you go.
So you just have to launch your Sirenscape client. It's your desktop client.
Sorry, I have that open.
It should say Sirenscape Online Player. And it should be blue.
Ah, this is the online fantasy player thingamajiggy.
Online Fantasy Player.
There's no online in it, no.
You need to specifically get the one we linked.
But it
You have to scroll down a little further than you think you will. On the page that's linked.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the song posted a lot of orcs in our RT area.
I want to shoot somebody.
I wanna dance with somebody.
Pew, pew, pew.
Still riding a high.
So
Jesus.
Well, we're doing everything we can to bring you crashing back down right now. So.
I mean, it's
you're
not
welcome.
working. My high is too high.
so
So is it
You're
this
high.
Oh, no. No, Grace.
So the pale morning sunlight filters through the cracks of the abandoned warehouse at this far end of the foot drifts. Part of this distinct, a part of this district, kind of long abandoned and run down. See, you can see dwarven factories are derelict, likely from lack of profits to keep them afloat, or have been relocated elsewhere. The skeletons of old factories now open to the mercy of the chilled air from the northern seas. The air is cold, clammy and moist. You can hear the gentle lapping of seawater and the slight thumping of small sheets of ice against the kind of the wooden scaffolding beneath you that holds aloft this kind of small warehouse. The children kind of huddled together in a far corner for warmth. You can see Fanny taking off the ragged apron she wears, kind of drapes over a younger lad who's huddled up against Tamia, kind of shivering and trying to get some much needed shut-eye.
Siren is going to, like, if she notices they're fucking cold because she has a fur coat, she's going to use, I think it's much, might be prestidigitation, to like create like small little campfires, basically. Like here, like there's obviously a lot of wood in this area. There's a lot of stuff that we can use.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of kind of ruined, fractured wood off to the side you could probably use for campfires. Although the floor itself is also wood, so you might need to take some precautions in trying to light a fire here.
I mean, the wood on the ground, the wood beneath is probably extremely dry, or not dry, extremely wet and soaked. So I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, sure. What is? Hold on, let me see. Are there any bits of stone or things that are not flammable around? Like just small things to kind of set a campfire on?
There's a few bits of stray, what looks like kind of stray kind of crumbled granite or probably concrete, kind of around the general vicinity you could probably use.
All right. In that case, then yeah, Siren is going to get Tamia, her favorite raven-haired child, and kind of be like, "Darling, if you would, can you gather a few more children? And you see those rocks and stones? Can you put them together in order to create small little piles? Because I want to start some fires so that you would be able to stay warm."
I mean, some of them look frozen solid, but I can probably do that. Yeah.
You watch her kind of motion to some of the older kids, particularly Kane, the kind of athletically built young lad. She kind of motions over to him, points to all the rocks, and kind of reiterates what you've just said. And some of them begin kind of gathering small piles of these rocks and kind of bits of wood.
Okay.
Hey, Jainer.
Yes.
You should probably both restart Sirenscape and then, or like restart the sound, and then maybe turn the sound up because I can barely hear anything.
Right. Okay. You've got your volume control on Sirenscape, yeah? Just turn it up to max.
Mhm. Yeah, I cannot really hear anything.
Ah, right. Okay. 1 second. Since Kraz has also joined.
Yeah.
Kraz, the fangirl, joined the game.
Yep. Did not know we had fangirl.
Who's your favorite character? Let's put you on the spot right now.
Don't be,
Easy.
Favorite what?
Character.
don't be that
I was teasing. You don't have to actually answer.
I like the goblin and his food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So can everyone hear that now?
Yes.
Yep.
guy.
I
Yes.
can.
Sorry, I was
Uh,
listening to other music, so that's
yeah.
why I didn't notice.
Kraz,
Um,
can you hear?
Oh yeah, I'm just like flipping my mic up and down so I'm not interrupting.
Okay. So continue.
So once Tamia does that, Siren's going to like give her a appreciative smile, like a pat on the head. Wait, no, she's like 13, 14, like a pat on the shoulder. Even though Siren probably is still Anyway. Once that's done, Siren's going to give her an affirmative nod, say good job, and then she's going to, with prestidigitation, light each individual campfire so the kids have something warm to huddle around, so they're not just like a small little mass of mice in the corner.
Okay. So eventually, the air gradually does kind of warm up from the frigid cold that it once was. Is a bit of light that comes through the cracks in kind of rickety wooden walls here, which kind of meets the fireplace, or the fireplaces here.
Siren is, once everyone's kind of and Alice probably just woke up. Siren, upon seeing everybody, huddle around fires and whatnot, stands up, kind of gathers everybody's attention, and welcome, Atlas. And
There he is.
Hello,
Just-
Atlas.
Atlas, hello.
calls out, the night is quite cold. These days are as well. I know that a few of you will be returning to your parents. Are there any of you who have no place to return to?
There's a few looks between the children. You watch as Kane, the athletically built, less of a child, more of a teenager at this point. He raises his hand. One of the younger children also kind of raises their hand.
Siren looks at Kane and is like, ah, yes, the one that is skilled with a dagger. And so it's just Kane and another young one.
Yeah, what
So two total?
looks like the individual who was picking his nose last time.
Oh,
It-
the dumb one. Okay.
Yeah.
Muggle
Gotcha.
boy.
He's a smart boy. And I'm gonna put in my notes Kane and the Glue Eater.
His name you recall kind of Tamia talking to him earlier. His name is Torrend.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So with that, Siren is going to kind of nod to Kane and just kind of glance at Torrin. We are, again, as we have said, a traveling group of heroes. We are actually rebuilding a mercenary group, the Black Hand. And we would love some recruits to be able to join us and build our forces. We need people who are skilled with a dagger, people who might be skilled with magic. We need quite a few in order to build our influence and bring the Black Hand's opulence and grandeur to the levels that it needs to be. Would this be something that you are interested in?
Are you looking? You're talking specifically to Kane, yeah?
Yes, not the glue eater.
Yeah. I suspected so.
No offense, Torrent, but you're dumb.
Surprise, he's actually the best candidate we have.
He's a sorcerer. His magic's innate.
You watch
Magic glue.
Torrent doesn't seem to be talking much at the moment. Although he does. You gather from his body language and the way he's kind of peering at you, not inquisitively but suspiciously. He's a very untrusting individual. Probably some bad experiences in life. Probably been living on the streets rough. That's probably why he carries the knife around a lot. And he kind of says, what do I have to benefit from it?
You have riches, you have status, you have people who will watch your back, you have a safe place to be, you have potential to be a hero. You have quite a lot of benefits as opposed to living where you are on the streets.
You can get food regularly without having to scavenge for it.
A warm place to sleep.
Make a persuasion check. With help from Neril.
Perception.
That 24 though.
He there's a long pause for a moment as he kind of twirls the dagger in his hand. You know, I've had a lot of bad experiences on the street. I've had a lot of people tell me the very same thing. But most of them are human. I've not had the same proposal from a bunch of demons. Alright then. I'll come with you. But as soon as the deal goes sour, I'm out. Find somewhere else to live.
Interesting. We'll have to discuss that later on, because you see, in a mercenary group where your life relies on the man beside you, that lack of loyalty isn't very welcome.
There's another slight pause, and he sort of scrunches his nose. You gather it's probably the teenage sense of rebellion that he says this. Make an insight check. Uh, 14. He seems to be not one to obey rules very well. Doesn't seem to get along well with others. Might take some work to get him to fit into the Black Hand. If you're willing to put in the effort, you could potentially might be very useful.
Alright. With him duly chastened, Siren is going to look at. Hold on, I wrote her name down. Tamia.
Yes.
And ask
Yeah.
Where do you live? Where do you live with your family?
I live in the upper town near the marketplace.
Alright. And what do you plan on doing with your life? I assume that you'll be taking over the. Well, what do your parents do? Sorry, I didn't ask that.
If fishmongers, they want me to take over their family business. I'm not a fan of fish. It's too smelly. Don't like the smell.
Yes. Yes, I can definitely imagine why you wouldn't like that. Would you be interested in perhaps, joining our group if the opportunity arose? If you're
Well,
a young woman,
I mean,
I'm sure that's much as possible.
my mum's very insisted that I take over their family business. I'll have to check with her first.
Am I in the scene?
Yeah, we're still in the.
What's in the ramshackled house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The warehouse slash remote house. Here it.
Oh, here he goes.
Here he goes.
Little Tamia, it is a very kind thing for your parents to do. Want to give you a future. Something where you can be comfortable. What if you told them that a powerful magician had noticed a special spark in your eyes and would be interested in teaching you? Wouldn't be a cost. It would just be time away from home. You show a potential no one else seems to have.
I will say make a persuasion check, Balthazar.
Would I technically have helped aided him in that?
Because or it could be the other way around because I booted in after. I mean, it's up to, I don't know.
It's up to you, Jaina.
Actually, yeah, that'll be Siren with help. Or say Siren make a persuasion check with advantage from the help Balthazar has given you.
Nat 20. I'll take another 24.
Yep.
I can ask. I don't know what they'll say though.
Well, I'm sure that they'll be very pleased to hear that a group of adventurers, heroes from another land, have taken a keen interest in your daughter.
It probably would just depend on how you worded it. More
I
referring to the demons than the kid.
I suppose, yeah. Your mum's not very fond of demons, but
You needn't say demons. Just say the heroes of Malin.
Say that?
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's the same heroes from Port Mortney. I know that you would be staying with a noble house. Taken care of.
Yeah. I'll tell them that. Can I take my collection of books for it as well?
Of course.
Orders.
Yeah. I'll tell them that.
You watch as she kind of goes back into the group of children, kind of begins kind of talking amongst them, specifically with Kane as well. This kind of excited look in her eyes.
Oh yeah. Get your recruit on. Alright,
So I was just pinching her nose bridge, just shaking her head lightly.
Hey, whenever she recruits, she can say something up. But she ain't recruiting. Anyway, so with that
Corruption
kind of
for
done
you.
and settled, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. With that settled, Serenus is going to kind of make sure the fires are maintained, and she's just going to kind of sit there for a moment and kind of collect her thoughts and whatnot. So,
Okay.
more to other people.
Sorry for being late, by the way.
No
Apparently
worries.
my fucking alarm did not go up, and I woke up at like 10:40 instead of 9:50. I'm like, doesn't feel
Shit.
right.
Okay.
It's okay. You're here now.
There is a there's a kind of tensity in the air as you all wait patiently. Throughout the morning, Glim has kind of been in and out, gathering what food he can either buy or steal. Loaves of bread, fresh water, meats both kind of dried and freshly cooked. Much of which is hungrily taken and eaten by the kids. And there's this dutiful dedication to the well-being of these children that you notice from Glim. There's also a few points where he kind of returns with warm blankets to help them, retain the warmth that they get from the fires. It goes over, kind of checks each of the children, places a few hands on each of their heads to check the temperature. And he says,
You guys, we can't leave him here forever. I don't even know if Lord Talon will see your message right now. All we've got to go to hold on to is vague hope that he will. I mean, what if he doesn't come?
Then we would have to go to him.
As simple as this. Either he comes to us, or we go to him.
Well, I hope he comes to us. I don't know about risking going out in broad daylight with these kids. What if they get seen by some sneaky motherfucker or lurking in the shadows, or one of the corrupt guards?
It would be difficult, but he's gonna look around and see how close he is to the children. It's really a matter of convincing them.
I think in the meantime the best we can do is keep them warm and fed. I can only do so much in my size. I'm running out of money. It's getting increasingly hard to stay out of line of sight of the guards.
That is perfectly fine. But I will tell you something, Glim, if you could. Do you remember when we first came about to try and find what was going on here? And we met that old homeless man with the extremely keen memory. Can you find him for me?
Sure. I think I can.
Right. If you would, bring him here.
Alright, you guys looking to recruit him as well?
Yes.
Alright then.
you watch as he kind of he kind of sets himself up, kind of puts on his bag. He kind of flutters his way out of the warehouse. You guys have a moment to yourselves as you as the morning continues, and you wait and wait and wait.
Who wants to play a card game?
Oh.
We could.
Well,
I mean, we have nothing else better to do while we wait for Glim to come back.
Tend to injuries, anything like that? Is everyone okay? He looks mostly at Balthazar for this.
Balthazar, from what you can see from his back as he's looking through his bag, has perhaps a couple of superficial minor wounds. The rest are just healed over red marks from chugging the potion. Before he turns back to you and pulls out his deck of cards.
He's got props. I love it.
A deck of cards there, you just went.
That VFX.
These are actually tarot cards. Fun fact.
Oh,
Nice. Nice.
so you're set for every eventuality.
Fancy.
I suppose. Can't. Speaking of Hood, is Neril still like on Vellum? Because last time it was at the end of it, she was like, "I need warmth."
Well, now we have fires. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's
And
gone.
plus, seeing as the stone, she can do the whole warm the stones and put them in her pockets thing.
Okay, so she's gone off at this point. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, he
Oh,
has freedom
Sable
to
helped her
move
get
now
off?
without pain,
Okay.
so he's just going to do that. He's going to get a bit closer to where everyone else is and sort of let out a grunt as he settles himself down.
Yeah. Grunk is gonna put down his stone battle axe and then make his way over.
So, card game or
What?
Yeah.
I mean, we could. My cards are a bit, different. But we could.
So, questions or no?
we can do questions if we like, but and then she takes a small side look to the children. Perhaps we should keep it a bit on the safe end.
How far away are we from the children?
Um,
Because remember this being like an abandoned warehouse or something, or
Yeah,
do
the-
crap to him.
the warehouse slash boathouse. It's about it's about 20 feet long, about 20 feet long and kind of 15 feet wide. It's about medium size. You can probably kind of shuffle away to the further end of the warehouse if you so choose. The children themselves, they seem relatively comfortable. They as a group of 16, they've got more than enough company, idly chattering by themselves.
Yeah, busy, keeping themselves busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless there's any holes in the wall or something, we can probably, be all right to leave them as they are if we want to do this further away. But it's up to them.
There are a few kind of gaps in the kind of wooden walls where the funnily enough the morning sunlight kind of beaming through.
Just gotta make sure they don't get yoinked while we're playing, and everything's
Yeah.
fine.
And it's unusual, this sunlight. Normally up here, since you've been here, the sunlight has been kind of dispersed and dappled through a kind of general whitish grey mist from the snow. But this morning seems relatively clear.
Good omens.
Indeed.
So let's play cards then.
Let's go
I
play
think we're far
cards.
away enough, so
Okay then. You all kind of shuffle off to one side of the warehouse, kind of gathered around your small clique. You you begin. Balthazar begins divvying up the cards. So if I remember how this worked last time, I counted 3, 2, 1, go, and you all kind of rolled your chosen stat. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Respective skill check, but Balthazar gets an extra bonus because of he has proficiency in the cards, if I recall.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. Is everyone ready?
And somehow Grunka's gonna try to athletic the cards.
I have no idea how he's doing. I like to imagine he's just throwing them at you.
Yeah.
He's being very aggressive about it.
Flexing his muscles in the power.
When everyone puts the cards down, he just throws the cards and tries to grab a bare hand.
No,
Okay then.
better hand. Give.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
fish.
No, Grunka, this is the other game.
Right.
I
You ready?
said go fish.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
3.
I'm not playing that.
2, 1, go.
Oh, you should fold.
Fucking as if Balthazar needed a crate.
Yeah.
30. I tried to tell you, you should fold. Ah. Oof.
So what's your 2
Well,
questions to Balthazar? Balthazar, you.
Oh, we get 2 now?
Oh, I thought it was 1, but if you want to do
Oh
2.
no,
It
no,
was
sorry,
one.
sorry. Yeah, it was 1. Sorry, my bad.
Nobody can pick up 2 questions regularly.
No, no, no.
We struggle with 1.
Yes. I struggle with a lot. Let's see. I wasn't anticipating on winning first.
Well, you've got the ridiculous modifier, so.
Well, hey, well, I've got 2 questions. The first one being, Jenna, are we playing anything in Sirenscape? Because I can't hear it.
Oh, right.
Joined later, so we have to restart the thing.
Right, right.
Sorry.
My bad.
Good.
I'll wait for them to stop, then I'll restart. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, there we go. I hear it. Thank you very much.
So who is it for and what is it?
See. I'll go to your roll.
Nero.
Little one. I
Which
have
one?
a question for you.
Yeah?
How did it feel when you died?
Well, I was just kind of floating in the void. I couldn't really feel anything. Just void of stars and all that stuff. But, at one point, eventually, I kind of saw what seemed to be eyes.
Color were they?
The eyes seemed to be on something that seemed a little bit draconic. It looked like a really big dragon made out of the sky.
Oh. That's interesting. Just a dragon made out of sky. Like stars or clouds.
The night sky, stars, black, inkiness. And if we are seeing as we're out of the earshot of children, she's going to try to her best to recreate what she saw with minor illusion.
Okay.
Spooky.
Let's see
That's pretty
here.
spooky.
You
I had it here earlier. But
I have the handout right here. I would just have to have permission to be able to show it.
Yeah. What folder is that in? Sorry.
It's not in a folder, it's in characters, right underneath Dark Master Rainsley. And above Baldred. Baldred.
Actually, how about you don't show it, but instead try and describe it in your own words?
I did. That was me before, and I failed horribly.
Yeah, she used minor illusion to kind of create what she saw. So I think I can probably show this. Give me a moment.
Make sure there's no text we're not supposed to see.
Yeah, there we go. Why can I not? Let me. I'm clicking show players, but it won't.
Strange.
There we go.
Paste it in the chat if it's not working. Nope, there we go, never mind, it's up.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on.
Spook.
It also is out to her death, apparently.
About
Oh,
Bad
that's pretty
description.
spooky.
That description though, 10 out of 10.
So nonchalant for a spectre seen upon death.
Yeah. Ooh, love it. Fascinating. The stars on it seem different. And this is what you saw?
Yeah.
I see. Just seems
And-
so impressive.
You know, to be honest, it was shortly after that this happened. She flicks her glowing horns.
Oh. This is interesting.
Did have some questions about that.
You keep saying that. Do I need to be worried?
Not about our questions.
No. Okay.
If you don't, if you do not mind. You felt this, or you saw this before you came back, yes?
I saw it shortly after I passed. But,
What was it like when you came back? Since it's kind of part of, being dead.
it kind of just flew off when I started to revive. And then I opened my eyes and was gasping for air. Having no blood in me. And
You
I'm
fell
dead.
backwards, or something grabbed you? How does it feel to come back the way you did? It's usual.
I don't really. It's hard to explain. Just sort of like, I assume it was feel similar to how a summoned creature would feel when they are just sort of pulled from where they are, or how sisters' minions feel, just less forceful.
Oh, they're always screaming whenever I take them from where they are.
Yeah, like I said, less forceful.
Sao is just looking at Siren like, did you really have to say it?
I mean, Sarah, I don't know what to say. Sarah doesn't really care. she's
Triggered.
just like she's very nonchalant about the fact that she knows what she does, and she knows that it's not pleasant for some. Or
And the
all.
next time I will grab you a little harder. Thank you, Nero, for answering my questions. Now,
Welcome.
should I deal us another hand?
Okay
I
then.
think someone else should do it just because I know how you can get with cards.
What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I think we should let someone else deal just because I know how you are with cards.
Are you saying I would cheat?
Well, there was that one time with the halfling.
No. He was cheating already. I was making it fair.
I mean, you did just pull 6 aces.
Well, you can search the deck. You won't find that many anymore.
Let's just do the next hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here you go.
Also, that's how I'm conveying that crit that you did, that you just somehow had 6 aces.
Just.
Why not just give him like a royal flush? Like,
It's not absurd
I
enough.
said royal flush. I said royal flush. You're like, aces.
Balthazar hands
So-
over the deck to Neril, and she begins kind of dealing them out again. Right, let's go
I
second
don't
round.
trust Nero.
Oh.
I want to hand it to Grunka.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay then.
Grunka is reliable.
You sure?
yeah.
Yeah, just throw
Grunka
cards
eats the
at it.
card.
Yeah.
Gunga just hits the cards that shuffle.
Okay,
Maybe-
Grunka, cut the deck. Not in half.
We have 2 decks.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That's...
Right, second round. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nope. Shit, I don't think I have anything prepared.
26.
Oh, you... I was about to say, did you actually have
You
26?
called everyone
You actually
bluff.
have 26, you motherfucker.
I do,
Oh.
because we had
Well,
currently
my crit is out the window.
Yep.
Alright, go for it. Balthazar gets another question.
Balthazar goes to put down a hand. You just start to see the tip of an A. He pulls it by fold.
Yeah, Vellum thinks he's got something good, just like, fold.
No. For this one, Balthazar would actually fold.
Oh, he'll
I'm not
actually
gonna
fold?
vote.
Okay, so...
Hey, I'm not validating your fucking 20. That's cool.
No, it wouldn't work, because it's just like... It's his
Well,
insight,
it's-
he's trying to gauge the... Anyway.
It's
Um,
it's a natural 20. You
Your
got to be
natural
rewarded
20
for that.
insight would see the tip
Oh,
of
it didn't
another
work on skill
fucking
check.
ace.
You know that. Anyway, let me look at the list of characters he had decided to pick. Balthazar.
Can you please never make that sound again?
What, dude? It was amazing.
Balth.
Yes.
What was your home life like before all this Black Hand business? You see a look of genuine curiosity on his face.
It was comfortable. Well, that's a pretty broad question. Can you define it at all?
Well, you're obviously left for a reason. You picked this harder life of danger and nearly dying. There had to be a reason, so what at home made you want to not be there anymore?
Ambrosia. It is a city of gold, but no matter how much you have, it is never enough. I hate nobility. I cannot stand this idea of someone having worth. I am a damned hypocrite, and I know it. But I set out here to change that. Or at least bring more worth. My house.
Fair enough. We'll leave that there for the moment. There may be follow-up questions depending on how the cards are dealt.
Yeah.
Alright then. Next round.
Yeah. Always next round, unless we say otherwise.
Okay then. 3, 2, 1, go.
Womp.
Ooh.
Looks like Bao Yun.
Sao.
Oh,
Oh.
Sal's got a question.
Yeah.
Or gets to ask one, rather.
Hmm. Gronka.
Yeah.
I am curious, and it's been a bit on my mind since the incident with Nerold. Your tooth. Where is it from? Or rather, should I ask, who is it from? The last bit comes with a sort of a somber tone.
Gurka kind of grabs it and lifts it up a bit, so kind of is like looking at it while like twisting it in front of his face. And he says, it's Snaggletooth, Snaggleton. It's my it is my my mother's distinct birthmark.
Ooh.
Sao just nods and sort of clutches something in her pocket.
Is she doing so surreptitiously?
Not quite, it's sort of an unconscious thing she just does.
Oh no, she has the One Ring.
Do I have permission to try and perceive that motion?
Be my guest. Yeah,
Might be too
you
subtle.
spotted.
Oh, okay. Guess it being unconscious wouldn't be that subtle, so. Fair
No.
enough. Neat. Alright, that's interesting. I'll stow that away for later.
That's all, the Gronka.
Okay. Next round. 3, 2, 1, roll.
Fucking damn it, Balthazar! A 20 again. A 30 rather.
Oh, it sure would be a shame if it was nothing but kings in the Joker.
Oh look, every card. I have all the...
Oh, look, another deck with all the cards I need.
How did I get the entire deck? Oh.
Oh, whoops.
It's like, wait, don't both of those, aren't three of those kings the same suit?
Yes, they are.
It's a printing error.
but I know they're different. It's fine.
Oh, it's fine. I told you my deck was different. No, it's fine. Well, I have another question. This one I will give to Sayun. I am aware that things are changing in our very tight-knit group before the cultists. We called ourselves brother and sister. We were a family. Those of us that remain are. On the windowsill, I could not help but notice your hands. Your tradition, ours. are very much the same. It leads me to ask, to accept Nero's proposal. Oh. You know, I was surprised. Siren and I may say Seastar and Little One, but in truth, given her age, we must treat her more. We had to treat her more as a dependent daughter. I understand you have your reasons for accepting, but what made you comfortable enough to have Siren and I become your family?
Sao takes a moment to ponder, looking at the ground, before meeting Balthazar's gaze with a rather steely resolve. There are many ways one can make family, either by blood or by bond. Should everything be as it may, you would end up as family in a way. Would I... and then she sort of gives a quick side glance to Siren. Would I get it in any way? Maybe. But family is family, and family helps each other. Even if they disagree with one another.
I knew I made the right choice of supporting you. Thank you, Sion.
Okay, next roll. I will take that as a yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Womp. Don't think I'm getting anywhere with a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, Siren this time. Womp, womp, womp.
Oh man, let's see, what would Siren ask? Probably should think about this before I actually roll.
Think on other people's questions, that's what I've been
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Siren is going to look at... She's going to look at Grunka. Grunka, darling,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Has anything Balthazar and I done upset you in any way? Do you have qualms with our methods?
What's dead is dead. It is. It has no place in this world. But things are sometimes not the way they seem.
Interesting. So what's dead is dead. And it doesn't have a place in this world?
Yes. The body is with no soul but rock and dust. It has no value except sentimental.
Alright. I think I understand what you're getting at, Gronka.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
And that is my question.
3, 2, 1. Roll.
Oh, Gronka. Oh, no, Nero got no.
Yes, Nero.
He almost got it.
I was really hoping for the athletics win.
The fabled athletics win.
Wait.
One day.
We're still missing Vellum.
Eat BRB'd to get some food.
Yeah, we can just say Vellum took a quick piss or something. In game.
Took a quick piss. Where?
Like, outside.
Off the dock?
Ech.
Fish do it all the time. Not off the dock, but into the water.
So, brother, I have a odd question for you. That thing we saw when we stepped through the portal, when exactly did you meet it?
That is... Let me think a moment. That's actually my cue of saying, I'll be right back, 1 second.
I think he might be looking through his backstory.
What, his, 20-page backstory he sent you or something?
So as you guys have been playing this, the morning has turned to noon, turning to afternoon. Just hours go by in the relative silence of the warehouse, bar the children kind of keeping themselves busy and you lot talking. The afternoon sun kind of shining brightly, giving the direct sunlight through the cracks of in the wood the faintest bit of warmth. Though for the most part, even with the sunlight and the fireplace, you can still see your breath.
I am back.
With this then, I have just a quick question. Since we stayed up through the night, and all this, if it's gonna be taking this long, can we have gotten a long rest out of this?
You've not been doing anything too strenuous, so I'll say sure.
Yay!
What I missed?
We have.
Neil won and actually asked Balthazar how he met the thing we saw when we stepped through the pole back in what?
When he met, not how.
Yes.
There's a distinction.
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
Well, I would have met it about... Well, actually, more I realize. I met it long before I had the chance to say hello, if that makes sense. But an official meeting, in a way you or I might understand it, it would have been 12 years ago?
And seeing as I only get one question, I guess I'll just have to win another round to see if I can get more out of you.
Okay.
I like how
Alright.
our group doesn't have normal conversations like actual adults and has to use a card game in order to have this shit happen.
Hey, if
Well,
it
when
works,
everyone not
Nice.
playing.
if it works,
We're
if it,
currently
it,
just
it
passing
works.
the time.
It
Oh,
also
no, I
stops
mean-
people from rambling for too long.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I just find it funny. Like, that.
And plus,
This is
whenever
how
one
functioning as adults
games
now.
are generally
Yeah. You don't have to beat someone in a gambling game to ask a question. Or for
I
them
mean-
to be honest.
This is just something we're doing to pass the time, so
Oh, no, yeah. Like, I'm not. Yeah, sorry if it came across this way. I'm not saying anything bad about the thing. I'm just marveling at the kind of hilarity of it. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order
it is
to
kind of
do this.
hilarious.
Well, maybe we're so normal and we all want to initiate conversation and we can't decide a pecking order. So this is the equivalence of drawing straws.
Yeah.
That could work.
you could look at it that way, yeah. Speaking of which, next round. 3, 2, 1, roll.
Bell will fold.
Wait,
Okay,
how did
then.
you two get the exact same hand?
Oh no, Spellfuzar's
Bizarre.
broken deck.
It's not broken, it's a collector's edition.
Anyway, Vellum will fold to let
I've
out.
been collecting a lot of the same
Actually,
cards.
just to make this a little bit more interesting, I'll say that Sayuna and Vellum, you can both ask each other a question if you like.
I'm fine folding because I mean I
Okay.
also want to eat some food.
All right, that's fair.
I mean unless the question is for Vellum, in which case I will answer and then eat. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm fine folding.
The question is, who do I ask?
Anyone you want?
Siren. As much as I hate to ask this question, but how did you come about your abilities with the... You know what I mean.
How did I come across my necromantic abilities?
Yes.
I read a book. A very special book, but a book nonetheless.
So I was just eyeing Siren with a sense of disbelief, but sort of just nodding. Alright. A bit short of
Why
an
are
answer
you-
than I expected, but
Oh, I could expand upon it if you want to. Are you interested in learning? I'd gladly help you with that.
with a sense of blatant sarcasm. Why yes, of course I would. As an orc, why would I not learn necromancy?
I mean, given the history of your kind with it, I assume you'd want something in order to gain control over something, which basically cursed your entire race's existence.
I was being sarcastic.
I know. I wasn't.
The tense atmosphere continues. Let's do another roll. 3,
Please don't teach anybody.
2, 1, roll. Ooh, lot
Fucking high rollers.
of 20s.
Oh no, nothing but twos.
Oh no, I lost somehow.
What?
It'd be a shame if that conversation kept going. Ethel,
Siren's just like I can understand having more of the high cards, but why do you have so many twos in this deck?
to give
I
to
found, like-
somebody else.
There's like 8 twos here.
I really like the 2 of swords.
But Balthazar's actually got some of those ruined cards from the cave, the ones that are half burned.
So, Sow again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done eating, by the way. I am free to talk as much as possible.
I don't really have any other questions since the last one kinda put a bad taste in my mouth.
I'll do something to put a good taste in it.
Siren just kind of looks at Vellum like a little like.
Both Vellum and I realized
well,
that
look
when
at
it came
you.
out of his mouth, it sounded a bit dodgy.
Siren's just like, well, look at you putting a move on her. Like, Siren's kind of proud.
You know what I mean? Look, it's my ribs stop me from thinking. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Just if you want to change the tone, then ask them to change the tone.
Alright, here's an open-ended question for the group. Who do you think has the weirdest quirk?
Vellum.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
That you pray. That's weird.
So I have a religion, so that makes my quirk the weirdest.
I think they're referring to
No.
more of what your religion is, seen as the demons and all that.
Well, fair enough.
What faith has you jack off into the wind each morning?
Yes,
That's
it's
what I want to
peculiar.
know.
30 minutes. I mean,
It's impressive.
Bravo, yes.
So as it just goes, well, Siren, I guess, with the old necromancy, but it's being a bit normal nowadays.
Is necromancy? I guess it could be a quirk. What do you mean by quirk?
Yeah, do you mean physical or mental or what they do?
Just some odd thing. Could be any of those.
And yes, Vellum. And his religious need to masturbate.
You see me pray, it's clearly not masturbating.
Sure.
That's what you show us that you do.
Yeah.
We do not know what you really do.
I mean, personally say Grunka because he talks to rocks. I mean, like, literal living rocks.
Well, I mean, he's a
Okay,
goblin. Don't all goblins do that?
I didn't want to assume.
Oh.
Wait, are you putting forth the fact that Neril is a molester as being the weirdest quirk?
Well,
I think it's true. Are you going to be answering this question as well? I mean, if it's a group question, you're part of the group.
How dare you?
No?
No. I don't really think any of us are more odd than one another. We each have our own little oddity. And then she sort of does a mild look up and down Balthazar. Some more showing.
Well,
There's
everything's
a
different.
subtle flex.
Casual flex.
I believe then. Yes. Yes, you are the strangest.
Weird flex, but okay.
Hornflux.
Next round.
Okay, then.
Flex.
Next round then. 3, 2, 1, roll.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Sow again!
shit, this card wasn't supposed to be here.
I fold.
That would be Balthazar.
Would
I
it?
know, but
Yeah, he gets a +3 because of his
he gets
proficiency.
bonus, right?
He just hasn't
Yes.
added it because it's a straight thing.
Yeah, because yeah.
Well,
And his hands looking around.
there are a lot of these. I need to think of more questions.
If you're struggling, you can fold.
No, I was deciding who to ask. Vellum.
Yep. Yeah.
If I were to ask, show me how you make something in your forge. Say, I help you make that armor once the sky clears.
You mean like right now?
That doesn't sound like a question, but you're welcome to sit in. I don't know about actually helping, but I'm fine with you being around.
Does answer my question.
Well, you didn't really ask one. You said, "Hey, can I help you?"
That is a question.
That's a question in of itself. How you answer that tells me how you would answer many others.
With the way I do my smithing, since it ain't normal by any standard, I'd say maybe not right away.
Well, you might have noticed we are not normal by any standard.
Well, do you know anything about smithing in general?
No.
Even
I'm
regular
I'm not
smiths might
trying to
find my
learn.
stuff hard.
Well, I did not really care to learn. I cared to know if you would teach me.
That sentence just contradicted itself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not at all.
You want to learn how I do my craft.
No. No, I don't. I wanted to know if you would teach me.
Oh, I get it now.
Think on it. Next hand.
Next hand.
Next hand.
He just
Okay, then.
shakes his head. He thinks he gets it, but like, no. There's no answer he can think of right now for that.
Alright then. 3, 2, 1, go.
I get that it's like would he be willing to teach?
Grunga!
so much
Grunga
he
Valley
had
won!
Hey!
Wait,
Yay.
how do I have 6 tunes?
Muscle victory.
Oh, sorry, that was my hand.
Grunky just
I'll trade
Grunky just throws his hand right in the center of your little circle here, and it's just a straight flush as the cards kind of scatter.
I win.
I don't know how that's even physically possible.
Yeah.
Oh, who are you asking, Grunks?
Oh.
He just liked that he won. He didn't have anything prepared.
Uh.
It's like, yeah, I did it. Oh.
Shit.
I did not foresee this outcome.
Nerel.
Hmm?
Where are other kobold. Where is your spawn?
Should I be offended that you think a group of kobolds is called spawn?
Is it not?
No,
Oh,
it's a pack.
oh.
Anywho, if you're asking me where the rest of where I'm from, she thinks for herself like, wait a minute, need to pull up a map so I can figure out where Janet said I was from.
I mean, assumedly you know the name.
Yes, Nero does. Player does not.
Your family, your the rest of your tribe, where you are from originally, that would be the southeastern tip of the Mulrin Forest.
Yeah, my home is in the Mulrin Forest to the southwest of
Southeast.
like, really east. Wait, no, I thought I moved. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll agree with Jana. So that's where I'm from.
Mulrin Forest.
Yes, the Mulrin Forest.
There it is.
Yes, I'm a forest kobold.
Yeah. Okay.
You recognise where, specifically where that is on the map because of your feet.
Yeah. I also just found it on the map.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's pretty close to Fort Mockney, actually.
So I'm really excited about learning about people.
Okay. Send me notes.
Anything else you want to learn, Grunker, or are we doing new hand?
Huh? What?
Was there anything else you want to know from that question, or you
No.
move on?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Oh. Oh.
Bitchin'!
Damn it! So close.
You magic the cards to be something different.
Magically sensing the cards. Alright, so who's it gonna be?
Bellum.
Oh, alright. You wanna know?
You seem quite, I don't want to say picky, but it's the best word I can come up with right now. You seem picky about the tools and weapons you use.
Guessing you wanna know why.
Yes.
Well, for starters, smithing's basically everything to me. So I take it pretty seriously. A lot of smiths, they take pride in their work, sure, but they don't always stick themselves to it as much as I do. And when it comes to weapons and armor and all that business, I don't feel safe using the works of anyone else. At least if I make it, then I know its weaknesses, know its strengths. And I know it'll serve me well. It's basically the long and short of it.
A fair answer, and a good one at that.
There's
Anything else with that, or are you satisfied?
there's a moment of static that comes through all of your ears. This kind of arcane static.
I think we might have a problem.
Oh no.
That sounded the DM saying, "Get back to the fucking story."
Nothing immediate, just something to be aware of. A few of our other docks just have a gander. I'm seeing a lot of guards talking with each other. A lot of them being paired off and sent into town. I overheard one of them talking about our mountain folk friend. It's weird. He said he saw him walk off the pier into the sea. Carried off a couple of guards too. Apparently none of them resurfaced.
What?
Maybe it's a lie to explain where he went.
Well, then technically dead, was he?
Did anyone check?
Well, Balthazar never actually killed him. Just took his mind.
Then
Just
I get a
saying.
feeling this might not be true. As somebody without a mind move.
Oh, yes.
I know, right? Freaky as fuck.
Hold on, that might be true. That might be normal.
Sal takes one look at Siren and just asks her straight, would it be possible that somebody else could do similar things to what you do, but like that?
You mean, is he undead? Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean, take control over somebody without needing to.
Yes, of course. It's magic.
Balthazar, I will say make a very steep Arcana check.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Let me show you the power of my knowledge of the magic that I wield.
And then he crit fails.
Oh wow, I got a 17.
Oh,
No, I have a
surprising.
-1 modifier.
Yeah, I know.
have no
It's just
idea
like
what I'm
of all the
doing.
things. It is a very steep one though, so who knows?
From what you can gather, it's difficult to say. I mean, you did feed him to the Mind Stone, as it were, but you're not sure if that. You're not sure. It's out of your realm of knowledge.
That could be normal. We could do more of it and see if it happens again.
Well,
I'll know for sure then.
Doesn't seem like a problem for now, so
So
just keep
he
an eye on it.
walked off the docks with some guards, and then just disappeared. That's interesting. So it sounds like he, whatever it was, took some guards hostage and potentially killed them.
Jenna, is the implication that he walked off the end of a pier into the ocean, or just that he walked like off the docks and disappeared?
It seems as though the implication is that he walked off the docks and plunged into the sea,
Okay.
carrying a couple of guards with him.
Jana,
Yes.
can I make a roll to see if this sounds familiar from anything I may have recently read?
Again, I will ask you to make a hefty Arcana check.
Somebody who's actually good at it.
Yes. And I got
Who's
better.
relative
By,
to-
I'll use my inspiration to try again, just because I can't think of anything else I would use it on. And got
Um,
worse.
So, and plus,
Wow.
it's just I would say just save it because inspiration you have to do before the roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had to do it beforehand, so I guess 11. Which
11.
fails because
No, you are even more clueless than your brother Balthazar.
I might have. I don't know if it's a rational explanation, but the handyman tattoo. Maybe it ties into that. Maybe it's not just something for show. You
Read it,
remember
like-
how they? You remember how they talked about it? That once you have it, you can never escape it.
Hmm. Maybe. It'd be quite interesting.
I wouldn't put it past somebody to develop some way of connecting people via. I wouldn't call it a string of magic, but might be that.
Does sound shifty enough to be that.
Hmm.
Glim kind of pipes up in the earring again and says,
I've not found the person you're looking for, but I'm coming back with some bread for the kids. Looks like it's looks like it's about to rain. Don't want them to get soggy. I'll keep you posted if I hear anything on the way back.
Alright.
So, another hand.
So it sounds like we have a few more rounds we can do yet.
Yay! Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I love learning the deeper reaches of people's
"Okay,
innermost
another round then."
thoughts and feelings. By the way, if anyone wants to tell me to shut the fuck up so we can get on with the plot, then that's fine also.
Okay.
Oh, this is fine. You guys do what you want.
You guys do need a break after everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like Jen has got like a secret fuck you in the background. It's like, oh yeah, sure, do whatever you want. I've got this whole fucking
Well, yeah,
story
do
that's
whatever
waiting
you
for you.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
just,
no,
you know,
no,
you guys
no,
can
no.
stand there and play cards, but you know, the world's advancing and all the kids are dying.
No. Honestly, yes. This is purely your time in the spotlight, you guys.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's go another round then.
Hell
Alright then.
down.
I'm kind of hoping Vellum wins because I have like questions.
All right,
But
3,
at the same time, I'm curious of what people will ask.
2.
2, 1, roll.
Well, don't get anything with that. Up, siren.
Again.
I won.
Acrobatics?
I'm trying to grab the cards before Grunker can throw them.
Backflip.
Just take his hand.
Nero, you guys watch Nero just literally do, stand up, just do a random backflip, and somehow she has a really good a really good hand.
Not as good as sirens though, sadly.
One of her gloves is better by 1.
Vellum. Question. Was it your mother or your father that was the orc?
Ooh. That
Oh,
his expression shifts very slightly.
oh, I love this.
Guys such as sirens probably notice it. And before he finally speaks up. Mother's side.
Interesting. Good to know.
He seems rather stum about that point. Being very brief as possible with it.
It's okay. Siren knows all about brief answers.
Why does this
I-
remind me of that one picture of a half orc describing my mother was an orc and my father was a very ballsy something.
Oh yeah,
Very
with giants. Yeah, like my mother. Yeah, my mother was a giant. My father was a very brave man.
Oh yeah.
Next round.
All right then, 3, 2, 1, roll.
Balthazar!
Fucking
Two
bye.
fails.
I rolled a 1.
I
I
Yeah.
still got higher
two
than
ones.
Nero.
They both got the same hand somehow.
Oh, wait a minute.
Take that one and then this one and then... Oh, look, a flash!
Wait, you had to rearrange the cards in your hand to realize they were all the same suit?
Let's be honest, brother is not a smart man.
No, but I'm still better than you.
Touche.
Who are you asking there, Balf?
I was going to ask you a question, but I realized it was pointless. So instead, I will ask one of Grunka.
Oh. Yeah.
I have so many questions for you that picking one is hard.
Yeah.
First of all, what are you exactly?
No, yeah, that's one that I wanted to ask. I think he's a goblin, but
Well,
okay.
Would we have to use the question for that, or can that just be a freebie?
I think that's probably a freebie.
okay.
Go on, Balf. What do you want to say?
Yeah, okay. Why are you an adventurer? Don't goblins normally not like doing that on account of getting, you know... It just... You are such an oddity.
Haven't you already asked him this question before? This sounds very familiar.
I don't remember asking him this question.
Well,
Wasn't
you,
it like something about revenge or something? Yeah.
you asked, why am I here? Before.
Is a testament to how much you baffle me. Okay? And then a simpler one. Are you like Nero, where you're a child, or are you grown? Are you normal for being a... you?
For being a you.
I am of reproductive age.
Good answer.
So that doesn't necessarily mean of adulthood.
He's
but
down
you
to
know what?
Grunka kind of.
Does Grunka wink at anybody whenever he says that?
Oh god. No.
I'm of reproductive age. Wink.
Wink says,
That's his pickup line.
Wink says, wrong.
Grunka kind of sits there and kind of counts a bit on his fingers. And then he says, in your time, I am 30 cycles.
Why did you have to ask that?
Okay, good. Just because that was a weird
I'm of
question.
reproductive age.
Sorry, continue.
I am.
I will not clarify one way or the other.
Yes. Yeah. In your time, 13 cycles old.
Ah, so you're 13 years old? Or thereabout?
You could
Or-
say that.
Or
So-
would it be winters for you?
We,
How do you track time underground?
there are cycles of such. Different plants. Different plant lives and dies.
Oh, so you use the flora of the underground to track
Yes.
time.
Yes. The more immediate time is determined by what would you glimmer moss. It is moss hangs from cave ceiling and it glow strong and fade and strong and fade, and that is our day. This outside is strange.
I don't think I've ever heard you talk this much. It's weird.
You have never asked.
Oh.
Well, we've been kind of busy. You know, not dying things.
Yeah.
I'm barely succeeding.
And failing in my case.
Right, so next hand, trying to change the subject. The grim spectre of death.
Okay. 3,
He's our main character, by the way.
1. Roll.
Oh, fucking
Hey,
Grunk.
Grunko, yeah.
There we go.
How did I get an
Titan Delta.
18?
Technically
I'm
a tie.
I'm trying to use my lowest I can.
It's sad, but I'm using my highest all the time.
Same. All my highs are 5s.
So basically, Glenko just slams fist down and has a royal flush.
So, who's going out of those two? Because they're tied.
It's a nat 20, like before. I
Oh,
assume.
right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want to take someone's nat 20.
That's fair.
Or, skill checks can't normally be crit, I think.
Yeah, it's,
It's
rule
true.
of thumb.
But-
So,
So Grunka,
But 20s feel cool.
they do. Being all green and all.
Well,
yeah, Grunts.
you are metal worker. Have
Yeah.
you worked the stone before?
Not really. I mean, I could if I put the work towards it, but I haven't done it before. Usually I got metal on hand.
Yurka kind of gets up and he walks over to get his battle axe. And then he kind of shows it to Vellum.
He will take it and examine it, wondering why. Like, you're looking at a Grunker with a sort of go on look.
Yeah. Well, when you look at it, you hold it in your hand, you see that it is not, in fact, metal. It is made out of stone. But when you feel on it, you touch it, you knock on it, it feels much harder and very metal kind of like, but also not. It's still stone, but it's much harder than normal stone, and it's got this weird blank texture, kind of like it's been like you know when you have like a piece of plastic that's kind of been burnt, and then there's a part of in that burn that's like really smooth.
Yeah.
Because it kind of melted. It's kind of got that.
It looks like it's been treated with some sort of like burned / corrosive material.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to figure out this material? Because it's like metal but not, but like stone but not.
It is stone, but it's like metal.
It's stone but it's like metal. Yeah, it's like an anomaly. So Velm's gonna try and figure out.
I will
Just
say.
a cursory glance, not a long lengthy.
Yeah. I'll say.
Would that be like the perception check, or would it be
Or a tool check.
could be?
I'll say. It's unusual because it's. I'll just say make a check with your smith's tools because you are good with blacksmithing. And
Let me use. What sort of attribute would you say this comes under? Because like strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom.
strength, dex, con that wouldn't normally be to assess the material or something. I will say just make an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I can. Whenever I use my tools, I can assign an attribute to it. So I just assign it as intelligence.
Yeah, that works. 15. It's unusual. You've not seen anything like this. In the context of Grunker, anything like this on the surface world.
Ain't nothing I've seen before.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want me to like check it, sharpen it, or whatever, I can give it a go. But yeah,
It needs no sharpen.
You see, the blade looks razor thin.
Kind of like obsidian that's been like smashed, so it's like super thin and like sharp, but it's still like not nearly as brittle at all.
yeah. Venom, with great care, hands it back. Hope that answered your question. I can't really make sense of it, so. Yeah.
You're all noticing now that the wind outside is starting to pick up. There's the kind of howling of distant thunder in the background as well. There's also
I'm glad we're in here.
the lights, the clear daylight outside has sort of dimmed now.
I hate to be the one to stop this fun, but
One more round, then we can stop. Please.
alright, but we must attend to our duties and the children soon.
I agree. Though, we could finish this off with a round of a truth or dare type of deal.
Oh.
Truth or dare?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you wish to do this?
This is when Balthazar pulls out the real tricks.
It is only a suggestion.
Well, it's weird, but I guess I'm down. One round of it couldn't do it.
Okay then. 3, 2, 1. Roll.
Fucking Balthazar.
Nero.
No, Balthazar, because he's got that +3.
Oh, right.
Yes.
21.
Yep.
Siren's not even gonna bother.
What have you guys done?
You fool, you've given Balthazar the keys to the castle.
Who said there was truth or dare? Do I pick someone? They have to choose. What's the rules of this before I decide?
I figure you would decide if it's truth or dare. I don't know. I don't do these sort of games.
You ask the person truth or dare, and then from what they answer, you can either ask them to tell a truth or give them a dare.
Alright. Nero, could you choose? Are you sure?
Not anymore.
Well, you wanted to play the extra hand.
I'll stick with Dare.
Very well. I'm currently deciding how cruel I wish to be.
I want you to negate your marriage.
It's not even.
No, I wouldn't do that. I need
know
that
you
as an
engage
I
it.
told you later.
Now that the rules have changed, I kind of want us to go on longer, but we have to tend to things.
Yeah. Oh, very well. And there it is.
You gonna say what that dare is?
I will tell her directly. Actually, no, that wouldn't be as fun. I want to see all of your reactions. Very well. You've done terrible things. But let's see you do something a little worse.
Uh-oh.
I don't like where this is going.
You know magic, yes?
I do.
What spells
I mean-
do you know?
Well, the basic ones, I can make a little light, can do some minor tricks, I can shock someone that I'm holding, I can make images, move things in my mind, set things on fire, and infest something with worms so it moves around.
Ooh. Very well. Later today, you will kill someone with those worms, and you will help Siren and I in a ritual to bring them back. As a corpse, of course.
Oh.
Sao is looking at Balthazar in a sense of disbelief.
Well, that killed the mood.
I
would
see what
not
you did
be-
there.
Yeah.
This would not be the first time she has helped us acquire a body. I want to see how loyal your love, likeness to her. We are a family, us three. This is what we do. It is how we stop ourselves from dying. How much are you willing to take and put up with for someone you share a true love's kiss with? Let's see.
Power move, I love it.
I honestly don't know what to say at this moment. Because whatever I say can really change stuff.
Who's for one more hand so we don't end on that note?
Please.
More dares? I wouldn't have imagined you'd be down for that, fellow.
Yeah, well, it's better than walking away with that in our minds. Worms and corpses. Yeah.
You do hear the familiar flutter of Glim's wings through the rafters as he descends from above. Kind of uses his mage hand to tear off bits of bread that he's acquired and kind of distributes it between the children whose hands are out. So at that point, the the rain begins to set in.
Let's do this one last hand and then get to shoring up this place.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, lighthearted, truth or dare, infest someone with worms and we can resurrect their corpse.
T-pose to establish damage.
Sir Thomas.
Turret pose.
You pulled a fucking power move. I thought it would just be something lighthearted.
It's all been lighthearted and nice.
It's like, oh, you're like molesting people? Well, go molest someone now!
Yes.
Would that not be the same kind of like?
I made it one step worse. I was gonna make it
by
one
killing
step
someone
worse.
with worms and anyway, that's
Yeah.
Christ.
The dumb kid that picked his nose. Do it to him. I almost said that.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the children.
Oh man, I was so close, but they're actually my paycheck, so no.
Yeah. Anyway, last one, let's go.
Are
Okay.
you sure you want to do this?
3,
Dylan's gung ho.
2, 1.
Aye.
Roll away.
Even tens. Oh, it's Nero.
Oh yeah, Nero.
Oh fuck, payback.
Oh, well, I mean, she could do anything.
Well, Balthazar,
Yes.
truth or dare?
Don't even. Make it fun. There.
You gonna do
I
anything?
dare you to let me negate your dare to me.
That's not quite how that would work.
Hey, Nero, don't you still have those potions?
So, oh.
Oh,
Well then, I'm going to go there. Nero's going to set a potion on the table.
Well,
I dare you to drink this.
I didn't hear you overclapping.
sorry.
So Nero has set a potion on the table and has dared you to drink it.
Are these the rainbow potions?
Yep.
Yep.
An erection lasting longer than 4 hours.
I could be fucking anything.
Hands. I will be
If
back.
it knows his intelligence, that's gonna be fucking hilarious because he's already at -1.
Is this poison?
Oh, these are the random potions that Gwen brought us. So, could be.
Bit of a lie
Yeah,
that we
fuck
went on.
If you're daring
Just
me
know
to
that it is-
kill someone for you, you can at least drink this.
Yes, you can
Oh,
of
of
course
course.
potentially kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just so you know, if this kills me, I'm coming back and I'm taking you with me. Okay, down the hatch.
I doubt they'd
Okay.
sell anything that kills you.
Balthazar
Bad business.
uncorks it and downs it. I need you to roll a D100 for me, Balthazar.
Here we go, boys.
Yeet. 72.
Let's see.
Please be something amazing. Like he turns into a potted plant for a few rounds or so.
You feel there's a slight tingle in your throat, particularly around your vocal cords.
Oh,
And you feel like you can express yourself with a certain fluency and efficiency in your words, and you are
oh.
able to express thoughts with great clarity for, let's see here, for 2 hours.
Trust Balthazar to get the fucking charisma booster.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did it do?
You are
You
you are a linguistic genius for the next 2 hours.
Your silver tongue just got more polished.
Yeah, it's fucking of course he gets that one.
You are
Your silver tongue got a platinum plating.
oh yeah,
Oof.
got
Yeah,
a
chrome.
platinum upgrade.
Have fun role playing that out.
Oh yeah.
So, did anything happen? It's hard to tell.
And they have to speak in Shakespearean iambic pentameter.
Oh, no.
For 2 hours.
No! No! The curse is not on Balthazar, but as me as the player.
Do it.
Oof.
Fuck, I am a good tavern.
I don't know how to do that properly.
I was
I am
hoping
not a clever man either.
I was hoping that it would like give him a squeaky voice or something.
That was my first thought. It was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like just one of the little fucking dolls. The potion. It seems to be of. It is. Immaculate craftsmanship. It is left me wondering much. Ow! Yeah, you sure that it's not poisoned?
By the gods, I made him more insufferable.
Well,
For what purpose must you divine this unto me?
I bequeath you.
I love that when you get strained as Balthazar, when his voice gets strained, it reminds me of fucking Strongbad.
It's at that moment that that Glim kind of flutters over. He says, still no sign of Lord Talonwood, I take it.
Nope.
None.
And then his eyes kind of glance towards the empty bottle in Balthazar's hand. What? Oh no. Oh no. Well, he's not drunk one of those, has he?
Oh, yes, he had.
What did it do?
I don't know. Elsa, why don't you
Be wise
explain?
to quell your ambitions, for they would soon outtake you.
Well, that's a good way to end that game.
He looks at you very confused. And he just kind of motions. He kind of motions out towards the front of the warehouse. All right then. I'll be lookout, I guess. Make sure none of the guards come wandering by. And he kind of darts away.
So this is too weird for me. So what are we doing now? Because the rain's coming in. Do we want to try and shore this place up so it's, not horrible, or what's the next step?
Yeah, I feel that that's probably would be best, unless we want to. Like, the biggest thing is, and this is just out of character. So it doesn't seem like either Talonwood never got whatever.
Well, I was about to come to that.
More. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So as you've all been doing this game, eventually the afternoon sun turns to dark. The evening comes with the shower of rain. And the showering rain comes that distant rolling thunder. A few flashes light up the interior of the warehouse. You see the frightened faces of some of the younger children as they kind of huddle together. The roof of the warehouse, for the most part, it keeps out the rain, save for a few leaky sections in the far corners. And there's a hang on. There's a few cries out from the children as some of the as the thunder grows ever closer. There's another lightning flash, and one of them kind of shouts out, "I want to go home." Another one is sobbing, and Tamia goes and comforts him.
At this point, unless there's anything else, Junior. Anything else, or am I good to go?
I was eventually. Evening does eventually give way to darkness. Probably going on like 10 PM right now. The winds are really picking up.
Oh, of course, when the sun went down, I would have prayed, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Near the children? Deviant.
Just stop with that.
So that one kid wanted to go home.
So, should we go fulfill that request? For those who have homes, at least?
So, again, as I was saying, out of character, since it seems like Townwood's not coming.
We should go to Townwood.
Yeah, so, like, two things. One, there's no real good way to move this many children, even be it at night or during the day. So we would have to potentially leave them here for a little bit with possibly some guards while those of speaking quality can go try to find Townwood as is. Or we can just be like, no man, we're gonna leave a fucking procession and we're gonna get these kids like up and we're gonna make a big old grand statement about it, like, look at all these children we've saved, and they added this and so forth. So
I'm gonna do a suggestion, which is the absolute worst you can do in D&D.
Splitting the party?
Let's split the party.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I feel like we could get smaller groups with like pairing off and getting that done and leading them back to their homes. Because they're gonna say, hey, these people rescued us. And, you know.
Like 3 people take a group of children out while 3 others stay with the others to keep them safe.
I mean, you could do 2-2-2 and then get 3 groups of children off to take them home.
True, but then
Yeah,
we'd have
split the
to
group.
agree on a rendezvous point.
Why not here?
or why not the very expensive, very comfortable rooms that we've
That is
The
also a
lofty
point.
lateen.
yeah.
So yeah, we could either have half and half and take one group over while the other watch the rest, or we can do 2-2-2 and then get 3 groups taken home. That's an option.
Well, how about we see where each of them lives, and we can have like a lower section group, a middle section group, a high reaches group.
It's
I'm
smart.
fairly sure that was what the thing was being referred to as.
I mean, that's an enhancement of the idea, and it's a solid point because, you know, some of them could live in different places and some of them could be within walking distance of each other, so we group them up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The problem is this weather.
Yep. So, with that in mind, do we want to, I guess, stay the night, or do we want to? I mean, I'm sure we can keep the children comfortable enough, like for the evening, and then in the morning take them.
Well, on that point, we either do it now and sort of make precautions to keep the children out of the rain and the storm while we're getting them home, or we shore this place up for the night and then sort of risk prolonging it. Because we've got like a couple of crossmen here. We can get something.
And I can,
I can't help but feel that the day has gone by a lot further than intended. We should, like, resolve the issue with the kids. We don't want to
Yeah.
keep them here.
It does depend on the severity of the storm at the moment, though, Jenner. Like, how bad is it? You said it was like lightning and rain, but is it like torrential going sideways sort of rain, or is it just raining?
Bad
hurricane?
storm
It's
helps
it's
us.
it's bad rain, but it's
That's
not.
not-
But it's not torrential.
No, it should be all right, provided we, you know, take precautions and make sure they're not all soaked.
right. So, then that definitely means that me and, sister should be in 2 separate groups, seeing as we'll be able to, dry off the children with us.
Makes sense.
So with
Also, Balthazar said, Atlas, I sent you a message.
So we did, for I guess some reason, stay the entire day playing cards.
Well,
We were
thought
waiting
gonna
for
get a
Glim.
response, didn't we? So,
Well, yeah, but like even it's all good. It's all good. It has come to this point. So, I mean, Balthazar is right. The cover of rain, driving everybody indoors, basically, would be good for getting the children out and about where they need to go. with that in mind, Siren is going to start again asking, like, where do you live? Where do you live? And keeping
Okay.
track in.
Does anyone have a map of the town that might help in this case?
Oh,
But we,
do-
I
do
would
not
say
have
we
an-
could just simplify it and say everyone who lives in the lower reaches step over here. Everyone who lives in the upper reaches step over here. Da 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 da.
Checks out.
Instead of having them all individually.
all right, and one by one, they most of them do tell. Well, all of them do tell you where they live. There's about 3 which live in the spied clefts. About let's see, hang on. There's about 3 of them live in the spied clefts. About 5 or about 6 of them live in the upper town. And the rest seem to they seem to be spread out throughout the foot drifts. So there's 3 that live in the upper the spy clefts, 6 that live in the upper town, and 7 that live in the foot drifts.
Are the ones that are from the Spire Clefts, are they like being the Spire Clefts isn't necessarily being nobility, right? It's just you're well off.
It is usually nobility, but there is but many people who do find themselves very well off often find their homes in the spy clefts as well.
Okay. So I was going to keep a special note of those individual children.
On
and
that
kind of-
note, I feel like Siren might be best. The group that Siren. I feel like Siren and Balthazar going together. Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer.
I would say yes.
The ones that like them more, they should go with that group, because
Yes.
yeah, less intimidated and all that business.
The big scary demon, yes.
Oh wait, no, sorry. That would be 4 that live in the upper town. My bad. Not 6. So there was Kane and Torrin, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Kane and Torrent
So-
were homeless.
Homeless.
Well, it's probably Balthazar's decision, but how are we pairing people up? We know that we got Siren and Neril in different groups because of magics.
Yeah, the ability to prestidigitate kids drop.
Press to digitize.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, I
Not a
did
bad
this.
idea. Prestidigitate.
Prestidigitation. But yes, I don't know if that's specifically Balthazar's call because, leader.
I think that would actually be the smartest, just so we can have the magical power split up and the abilities to take care of the kid.
Yeah, but exactly who is going where is the decision that needs to be made.
Where does Glim usually? Actually, wait. Glim knows prestidigitation, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Well, then there you go. We have 3
Yeah, you
individuals
can
that
go
know
into
how to do
the
it.
group that doesn't have one.
And Glim spends most of his time in the lower reaches, right?
The mid reaches, yes.
Okay, so he can lead a group of children there.
Me and Sal can hit the middle reaches. Middle.
There's the upper town where 4 kids live. There's the spy clefts, which 3 kids live, and then there's the foot drifts, which 7 kids live.
I can go to the Spire reaches.
I think that would be best for Balthazar now. And you can go to Upper Town, and then Glim can be in the group with the foot drifts. Foot drifts? Foot drifts.
Foot drifts.
Atlas TMs.
And speak of the devil, Glim kind of pipes through the earring, says,
Guys, I think we've got company.
Up.
Cloaked figure, I think it looks like, flanked by 2 guards walking down the street.
Cloaked figure.
Do we want the back?
No, it would be we wouldn't have enough time to get the children out of safe. Siren is going to go up and stand by the door and like have a hand ready to cast, and just kind of motion to other people like we should probably get like in ambush positions.
And with
That's
that,
a good plan. Let's get in an ambush position.
Janner, windows.
Yes. There do not appear to be any windows on this warehouse necessarily. Oh wait, no, hang on. Yeah, there are a couple of windows, but they are kind of latched shut right now. They are kind of shutters, not like glass windows or kind of open windows.
Can I peek
example.
out through one of them?
Sure. Are you trying to make this stealthily?
Yes.
Make a stealth check.
And Neil just hides.
Damn, double hit stealth.
Yep.
I will roll
You-
a stealth and probably fail because I have disadvantage.
You sneak the latches open and kind of creak open the shutters just enough for you to get your scope and your barrel through. And no one else
Math.
is none the wiser. Nero just vanishes into the darkness. You don't know where she's gone.
Time for my great, amazing disadvantage stealth,
10.
Yeah, it's average.
which is better than I thought it would be.
You think you're hidden?
I'm behind some crates, very worn, run down crates.
Yeah. Was everybody making checks or?
Yeah, I'll say yeah. Everyone else make a stealth check as well.
This is pretty dim light, I'm assuming.
Yes, it's pretty dim light.
16.
16, nice.
Oh hey, I'll
Right,
take a
dude.
natural 20 also.
Jesus Christ, guys!
You slink into the shadows.
So what did Glim say it was again? Like, what was
A cloaked
approaching?
figure flanked by 2 guards walking down. Like I have
well,
an
let's
idea
not
of
jump them until we know who the
who
fuck
it
they
might.
are.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't like to hide.
Look, I feel like I have to clarify that sometimes.
Okay. So
Anyone here?
Balthazar, you look around, you see Vellum just kind of hiding behind the crates. You can see Sao Yun just remaining, like the best sniper there is, just kind of remaining motionless against the window, kind of rifle cropped up on the windowsill.
Is there any way to get a better look at this cloaked figure as they come close?
You can probably kind of creak open the larger front door, maybe kind of sneak a peek in the crack from outside down the street.
Oh, wait a
sit-
minute.
Okay.
Yeah, let's wait until because we don't know if they're coming by us. We don't know if they're walking. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Glim kind of comes through the earring again.
Figures just sent guards away to keep watch. Figures just standing there in the far corner. No, wait. You've got into the storehouse opposite the warehouse.
Wait, he went.
What?
Why is Glim's fucking earring being so staticky? God damn it.
It's stormy weather. I mean,
Magic interference.
It seems that he said that the figure went into the storehouse opposite the warehouse.
But they sent guards. They sent the guards to keep watch.
Yeah, away to keep watch.
Did we tell anyone to wait at the storehouse?
No. But Siren is going to look at Balthazar and she's going to do the earring flick, so she's whispering just to him. And like, Talonwood?
Should we go say hello?
You know what? Why not?
Let's.
And so Siren is going to like kind of look back like, God, the children, will you? We have some business to attend to. and she will open up the front and walk imperiously out into the rain.
Okay.
Let us go.
Fun for fun.
You can see as you kind of creak open. Where is the rain here? There we go.
Also, through the earring, Sal, do you have eyes on the front door?
Sao does not currently have an earring.
That is
That
true.
one has Glim.
Does anyone... When she doesn't get a response, she's just like, oh fuck, Glim has Sal earring. Can
You
someone
see-
ask Sal whether or not she has eyes on the front door?
Neil appears from darkness. Hey, can you keep an eye on the front door?
Already am.
She's good.
Okay.
And vanishes back into the darkness.
So, Siren and Balthazar, as you kind of step out into the open rain, in this kind of derelict, abandoned district in the far corners of the Footdrifts here, you can see what looks like the silhouette of a cloaked figure across the street, standing beneath at the entrance to a small, run-down storage shelter. Figure kind of looking up and down the street, then looks straight towards both of you.
Siren's just going to continue walking towards it. Also, keeping an eye out for the guards that are going to stand watch, and if they're going to make a move. Not like
The guards do initially kind of keep their hands on their swords. You can see them down the street, far to the street, just kind of keeping an eye on the current situation.
Sarah's going to approach with just kind of hands up in a we mean, like the universal we mean no harm kind of gesture for the approach.
Okay.
Says the woman who can suck life out of people with her hands.
They don't fucking know that.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
and also among other things.
I just like the irony.
There's a very obvious hesitation that the figure takes. It's kind of taken aback almost, and definitely a male figure seems anxious to approach you, but eventually he kind of seems to straighten himself out and slowly approach. And there's
Good eve.
then the figure says in a male voice,
Good evening. You're the ones who sent the letter.
We are. Do we have the privilege of speaking to Lord Talonwood?
the figure nods. And he says again,
I didn't know that Morkney had demons in their employ.
Yes, they were quite surprised when it turns out the saviors of their town were demons as well. But just to show you, do not judge a book by its cover.
Let us
We
make this.
are,
sorry, go ahead.
we are pleased to meet you.
That's all I was gonna say.
I will see if the same can be said in response. Let us make this quick. There are eyes everywhere.
If you wish, we can retire to the Red House where the children are. One, so you can see, and two, for more agreeable weather. You can bring your guards if you wish.
You see, he kind of tilts his head at the mention of children. It's very much a confusion. He kind of slowly nods and says,
well, lead the
I'm
way.
gonna inside check this motherfucker. One, to
Yeah,
see
this is-
if he is Talonwood.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah. Well, because we also haven't seen Talonwood before, so we wouldn't know. That's why I wanted him to bring back so he can... So the children... Ha! I will take that motherfucking nat 20.
Okay, so
So many crits in this game.
he
It really
is.
is, actually.
He definitely seems to have a sort of a refined dignitary kind of body language to him, and from the short time you've been talking to him, you can see you can actually somewhat see beneath the hood. You can see what looks like a pale face of a broken man in his late 30s. Through his furrowed brow, kind of wrinkled face, and white streaks in the midst of his long black hair that kind of falls back to his shoulders, makes him look older than he is. Kind of sports a full but neatly groomed beard, set of piercing green eyes, kind of looks up at you through the shadow of the hood, and it looks at you with a sense of desperation. It seems that this is indeed Lord Talonwood.
Right. With that revelation, Siren gives a very, like, regal
I
smooth
have
bow.
that handout
Well,
here as well.
oh, nice. It's going to be a kind of a deferential bow, as like you would to not quite equal standing, because in his eyes, and she doesn't want to offend, they're not equal. So, you know, being political. So she'll give a bow, but nothing that's so noticeable as to be like, why is she bowing so much to that cloaked figure? Like, what does that mean? It's like the reason you didn't salute officers in Vietnam. And kind of motions like, Lord Talonwood, like, if you would, let us return and get inside. Bring your guards, of course, if you wish.
He looks down the street and gives a very, very slight nod. The other guards kind of look at each other, then kind of release the grasp from their swords, from their sword hilts, and kind of make their way over, and they join him.
Siren is going to turn around and start walking back with her earring. She's going to whisper everybody, we are bringing the Lord Talonwood. Please do not try to kill him. And then... Oh, and Nero tells Sav to stop aiming at him. I can feel his scope on his forehead.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's on yours.
Does he say that out loud or through the ear?
No, just to you.
Okay. Siren gives like a small kind of smirk to Balthazar and then just like keeps walking. And then she'll, I guess, open the doors.
Okay.
And kind of step everybody in.
Bellum would have come out of hiding at this point. Once the all clear was given.
And you all make your way in. The rest of you see, entering into the warehouse, accompanying Siren and Balthazar, this hooded figure. You're unable to see his face, kind of black leathers, very plain clothes, a shawl-like overcoat, soaked with rainwater.
Siren's also going to prestidigitate him dry. Him and the guards. And herself and Balthazar. Basically, everybody's dry.
Okay.
Of course.
And you watch as the figure kind of pulls back his hood to reveal the following handout. And there's a moment of pause as he looks over your group and then to the children.
Still hidden, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's true. Let's actually. It doesn't see anyone besides you and Balthazar, Siren.
Oh, and Vellum. Vellum stepped out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Vellum, of course.
Well, Lord Talonwood, I think introductions are in order. I, myself, am Siren. This is my brother, Balthazar. We are the co-leaders of the mercenary group, the Black Hand, recently the protectors and adjudicators of Port Mortney. And she holds up the fucking seal. There you go. Port Mortney seal.
He nods once, seems convinced, although there is still that kind of distrusting stare, but he seems convinced.
It's okay. He's racist. It's understandable.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, you've got the trifecta of racism here.
It's true. She turns around and motions to the children. So, recently, as of last night, yeah, because it is. Recently, as of last night, we were able to sneak in to a underground facility belonging to the handyman who was keeping all these children for child labor and for selling. After some very tough fights, a couple of us almost lost our lives. We were able to escape with all of the children, as well as some information regarding your son and his condition.
And what knowledge do you have in regards to my son?
So we know that... Oh, yeah, about to go.
Oh yeah. You wanna?
No, you're good.
No, after you.
No. No, it says no. It says no.
Go,
It's
let's go.
Stonelung, yes.
Yes.
I guess that's right.
Your son. He is not so much poisoned as they would like. As a specific disease. Stone lung. Affects the very membrane of the lung itself. Turns it much firmer, harder, like a rock. Intense pain, and eventually stops respiration. He is curable. The medicine that they have been giving is...
Wait. It's a lot to take in. I only know that stone lung is a rare, incurable disease. It was suggested by my family doctor that my son take palliative care. The fact that you believe this is curable, this is news to me.
It may come as a surprise. But from what I am, you refer to people of my skills as sort of divine knights. I might be able to cure the disease on my own. If not, there are medicines.
Yes, it has come to our knowledge the capabilities, well, at least how to create the medicine that will cure your child. And speaking of your family doctor, it should be known that the individuals that poisoned your son, or cursed him as it were, had to be very close to continue administrating the false medicines that were keeping him alive. It was merely slowing the disease.
What are you saying? It's the first I've ever heard of this.
I mean, it's the first you've ever heard of a cure for it as well.
What is this cure?
It is something that is known as azure powder. It is very rare, The ingredients are not widely available. And there's a, hold on. If I remember correctly, there's a magical means of creating it, right? Like, it's not just mix these powders and this is good. Like, you actually have to...
Seems there might
like,
be
magically
either some kind of magical ingredient or some kind of magical method.
Don't you have a piece of paper with all this on?
Yeah, but I couldn't find it.
Isn't it a handout?
As you're explaining this to Saris, his eyes slim again.
You know, I've had my fair share of charlatans trying to sell me these quack cures. What's to say this is your powder? It's not merely another one of those.
And with that, Sao steps out of her little hiding spot, because we got the knowledge of it from the handyman's lair. Mentioned, by the way, as a way of keeping you in check.
These are some very, very grave accusations. I'm going to need more proof than hearsay.
I do believe we have the
Perhaps.
paper with it.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you would like to see the ledger referring to the medicines and all
well
of
as-
the puppies or children they are selling. Patients on your son, and perhaps it might be worth something. A ring as proof.
And he's gonna, if anyone else has anything, he'll present what evidence he has. He'll show handyman ring. We had each gotten one for the cruise we did. Show the handyman ring.
These were the rings that were being worn by those servants responsible for harming your child.
And am I
Even
to believe
still-
that you stole one of these rings from one of these criminals, and you're not merely posing as a criminal yourself?
Oh, no. We stole two of them while down there. This one I found on the corpse impaled to a tree outside Morgnay. I don't know if you heard of the Great Bone Monstrosity, but seems they were loosely involved in that as well. No, this is my ring.
Present his little noble signet ring that he gets from his background.
Just gonna make an insight check. Okay.
I can make a what you call it if you want it. Persuasion. Not lying.
Sure. You can make a persuasion check.
By the way, I don't see the handout for that letter about the cure.
No, you
Is
don't.
that player specific or?
It
Hang on.
was... Where did we learn that information? 'Cause I
I
remember...
swear it was a handout. Like
That
a
was-
hand with letter do dance.
Is it this?
That on the left palm. Did it say Azure? I mean, I was gonna give that to him anyway, just so there's
Yeah.
like, oh hey, this is talking about literally everything we're saying.
So
Maybe you did a
He-
check and didn't go informed that way.
yeah, I
there's
think that was
something else.
it.
Was it Croven that gave it, that told us about it? Oh no, yeah, it was a check. You're right, because yeah.
Yeah, because Balthazar rolled a natural 20 on that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, as long as there wasn't anything like, yeah.
And in response to you kind of mentioning this so-called bone monstrosity, Balthazar, you responded,
I did recently receive word of something like that, yes.
And he seems convinced.
Yes, racism has abated for now.
For now.
So yeah, so letter to Left Palm, shipping transactions and accounts. I think that. Oh, and also we have this one-legged blacksmith. But before, like, not actually gonna. No, hold on. I'm not actually just gonna say it like that.
Yeah.
Siren is going to look at Mortality and say, and you, with all these children that they were using, you probably have heard or wondered why. Or heard about all the children that were missing from the spires, the uptown, and the foot somethings. Siren does, so that's just me forgetting. And where they were going and why it seemed the guards were dragging their feet. It just so happens that Lord Altwood. I have this in some motherfucking notes. I think I did. Well, I mean, I know I do. Aldrin, no. Where is that motherfucker? The guy I didn't like. What's his name? Aldrin? Wait, he's in characters. I'm sure he is.
Are you talking about Loreno Alston?
Yes, there you go. Loreno Alston.
The guy you absolutely shit on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you might have wondered why this was kind of continuing to happen in the city. Well, it turns out that Lord Loreno Alston had a hand in it.
His eyes go wide at the mention of the name.
What are you saying had a hand in it?
Well, Lord Loreno Alston was the one that was paying off the guards and getting individuals like this one. And she motions now back to the one-legged foreman and his apprentice blacksmith.
He holds out a hand.
That is a ludicrous accusation. I'll have you know that the Alstons have been friends with my family and I for 15 years. Loreno in particular was my business partner for the best part of those 15 years. He has helped me throughout numerous struggles in my life. Especially after losing my wife to ill health.
Well, I hate to be the bad news, Lord Talon, but usually the ones that are closest to us have the easiest access in order to betray us.
He shakes his head.
Ridiculous. The man is an accomplished doctor and security minister. He's been loyal to my side ever since I've known him.
Then let me ask you something. You know the name Regina Alston? Perhaps as the harbor master?
Yes. That would be his sister, yes.
Is this handwriting hers?
I'll present the shipping transaction and accounts.
What's this?
Yeah.
This is the list of dealings they have been doing. Now, I am no fool, but I do not think 3 poppy flowers and 3 pounds of milk
Wait.
is worth 30,000 platinum.
I will read through this. Let's see if you speak the truth.
I would, if you could, look down at the bottom where it says certified and verified by Harbor Master Regina Alston. It's hard to imagine a man of Loreno's connections would not know what his sister is doing.
Kind of begins reading the ledger. Then you watch his face turn to that of confusion and horror.
I regularly purchase Fenley Filk from the handyman, yes, but you say these poppies are children?
Yes.
Or that would be code word.
I do.
If you look at this, and she points again to the letter to the left palm where it refers to the kids as poppies.
I don't ever recall shipping off children. Whoever is doing so is shipping them off in my name.
Insight check.
Sure, make an insight check.
Not as good that time.
He's hard to read. He's hard to read in this dim light.
Yeah.
So he continues. He says,
Who said they were shipping them? I regretfully knew that they were putting them in the mines, but didn't know they were shipping the poor souls off on boats. Heavens knows where.
Quite a few places, if that paper is to be believed.
The handyman.
It is sad but true.
The handyman, yes, he does prefer to keep to the name Dana Him as a business name. I have not questioned it, nor am I in any position to.
and then his eyes kind of meet the bottom of the page here.
Verified by Regina Alston. Well, this is no doubt her handwriting. No idea she was also involved in this. I never took her for someone who'd involve herself in a criminal underground, especially in export of children.
Yes, it was shocking, I'm sure, to find out that your close friend and his sister are implicit in this.
We met them while they were
whether or not Lord,
visiting the lofty Lapine.
whether or not my good friend Loreno is involved, as her sister is, remains to be seen.
Well,
But this
I know
will-
that you...
This will certainly implicate his sister.
Well, if you would. And she motions for foreman guy to be brought up. It's like,
Yorch's jaw kind of wrenches him up by the hand, but by the under his arm.
so Lord Talonwood, if you would entertain me. This is the foreman who happened to be directly hired by Lord Alston. Can you tell Lord Talonwood about that transaction?
The foreman seems tight-lipped, and there's this resounding look of this combined look of both terror and hate, kind of directed towards you, Siren.
I mean, Sarah's just going to, she's going to return a cool gaze at him and said, "Remember what we discussed within the mines.
Make an
This is
intimidation
your
check.
means." Okay, well, like this is your means of righting your wrongs. Intimidation.
You can speak freely, or I could make you.
That sounds like duress there. Good thing she already rolled it.
I'm gonna do a quick BRB.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Alright, fine. You watch him kind of look towards Saris. Not quite eye contact. He seems both frightened and ashamed, but also feels like he doesn't have any choice in the matter. I was approached by someone looking to hire me for this job. Last name Alston. Told me I'd be making a lot of money. A lot more money than my previous job as a market smithy. I was making shit wages. I needed to pay off some debts, alright? Took the job, and they weren't lying. They said the money was good, that's for sure. And Joel kind of chimes in and he says, you know, if I recall, you dragged me along with you. Tell me you break my ankles if I gabbed about it. You shut your mouth, boy. And Lord Tenement kind of holds out his hand.
Stop. I've heard enough.
I will say, this is going to be unusual. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
By the way, Jenner, I would like to keep an eye out, mainly on the children,
Okay.
just in case.
They seem they're all kind of looking at this current situation going on.
I mean, for
And-
anything shifty, because somebody
Yeah.
could swoop in for all we know.
All right.
27.
Make a perception check.
Oh, wait.
Me.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vellum. Sorry.
Oh, a coyote just ran by my window. Interesting.
It was Vellum.
Okay. Good to know.
Not great, but he's doing it.
27 persuasion.
That might have been a fox. Yes.
Okay.
Sounds to be very persuasive.
Saris.
wonder why.
Saris kind of peers both at the foreman and at you, Siren. And he says,
Your personal accounts are noted.
and there's a moment of deep thought.
And what else do you have for me?
Well, we would like to have your guards or protection while we bring these kids back and return them to their parents and their homes.
You said you had a letter as well.
Hold on. In regards to what specifically? I'm sorry, it has been a day of exhausting things.
There was something mentioned in addition to this forged ledger. Someone has been writing this ledger in my name.
The letter from or to the left palm.
Yeah. I thought we already gave that to him, but yeah, the letter to the left palm that talks about how the kids are puppies.
Oh, right, okay.
And about
So
how
he-
they were specifically targeting his son.
So he goes and he goes and takes that as you kind of hand it over to him, and he takes it, kind of reads through it closely. There's a tense moment where it appears like he's having to reread some of it, paying particular attention to the upper part of this letter. There's a long, pregnant moment of silence. And he starts kind of scrunching the edges of the parchment into his fists, which begin trembling. And he grits his teeth. There's a single tear of anger which trails down his cheek, out from beneath the kind of reading spectacles he's pulled out.
I know it is a lot to take in.
He slams his fist into a nearby wall, again and again and again and again. Each time his knuckles becoming more and more bloody.
It's alright.
And he
Let it out.
He slumps his back against the wall and slides down to the ground, face falling into his hands.
This is a terrible thing. It is the end of a part of your life. But do not let it stop from being a new beginning. They have played you a fool, but you are not one.
Oh, he's breaking up for me.
Oh no.
Yep, testing.
Hello.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
hello.
Yeah, and it's as you're kind of talking to him, Balthazar, it's here that you truly see the lowest extent of this truly broken man. And he begins talking once again. Kind of you can practically hear the kind of trying to stifle back this outburst of rage.
The left hand. The handyman. They've been playing me like a fiddle. Woven me around their fingers like twine. I've been forced to ignore terrible things at the price of my own son's life.
Balthazar's gonna squat down a little bit and just place a firm hand on his shoulder.
His
Insight
life
check.
at the mercy of the curse which they've inflicted themselves.
Make your insight check.
Yes, Vellum would like to insight to see if he's full of shit. Because untrusting.
That's a broken man.
It's a very, very broken man.
Well, alright then. Carry on.
Behold my powers. As I laid on thick.
Laying them hands.
It is a cruel thing to say, but you have been played. And you are not the only one to pay the price. I know I am demon. But maybe this is a cruel lesson that sometimes those who look as if you can trust them betray you. Those who look as if you can't bring truth. Let me help you.
I refuse to believe that this is Loreno. This is not like him. This is not him.
I know. But this is him. I speak the truth when I say this. Would have been 5 days ago. You were at the lofty Lapine when we met this man. He was there with his guard. He was my sister. And when we mentioned the missing children as a man burst in tears, he was vile about it. Did not want the children saved. We did not understand at first, but now it is clear. Because he has much wealth made. This man is after your land. He won't rest until your wife, your son, and you are out of the way. In the mines worked by children for free, all the power and magic of Erudite, and the favors of kissing the cheek of the handyman, all secured him a comfy place sleeping in your bed at night. It's not too late to save your son. I can cure diseases. Even if I cannot cure this one, I can try. And
You don't
we
think
know
I've...
that there is
Do
a
you,
powder.
you not think I've already tried that as soon as he started showing symptoms? That was the first thing I did. Take him to the temple, they could do nothing.
He didn't mean by way of prayer or blessings. Balthazar may hold a lot to his words when he speaks, but trust me, once he promises something, he will not stop.
I will give you an oath. If I cannot fix your son, then for the rest of his days, I will seek a cure. This powder. Fix him. I have a divine hand. Let me at least try. You can hold me at spear point if you wish, to make sure I do nothing to your child other than cure him.
Make
If
a
I can.
hefty persuasion check.
That's a moment to pop an inspiration.
Huge.
Ba-da-ba.
Bum, I'm loving.
Ooh, thank God for
19.
fucking inspiration.
And unticked. So I'll... Maybe 19 will work.
Yeah.
19.
19. I popped my inspiration.
There's another long pregnant pause here. You can still see his fists are somewhat clenched, somewhat shaking, and he looks up.
Very well. Oh, I'm not sure Talonwood Manor is safe. The handyman, he has eyes everywhere, even at my own home. If you wait here, if I meet you here tomorrow night, I will bring Aldrin, my son.
Insight.
There.
For safety.
Make another insight check. 22.
Vellum is very untrusting tonight.
22. He is a desperate, broken man.
Yes, but will he actually come back for that intent?
You gather from the sense of desperation. He has no choice in the matter, but to bring his son to the rest of you in order to gather any hope of him being restored to proper health.
All right then, carry on.
It's like he's trying to cling on to that small spark of hope.
He's kind of
If you
back into the
can.
corner.
Seek a scroll to remove a curse. I or my sister should be able to use it. If I can, the moment before I try to cure him. If just normal clerical means could not fix it, it might be a cursed disease. If we can weaken the curse with a scroll beforehand, there's no reason my magics would not work. Drop shit on the floor.
If your magic does not work, then I have a request for all of you. I want you to find out who this Index Keeper is. I want you to bring me whoever this is to me alive.
Gonna look over towards the foreman and his missing leg.
We can do that.
The foreman just looks at you, just terrified.
Zarin kind of moves forward, and if this index keeper is your friend Lorin,
That remains to be seen.
no, I'm not asking. I'm saying, what if it is? You've had ample evidence already showing he has his hand in this.
That is the case then.
What happens? Mm-hmm.
There's another long pause as he kind of loses himself deep in thought. And he just kind of he seems to slump further into himself.
I have spent most of my life looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next vulture to emerge that would seek to do me harm, to take my status down a peg, to see that all that I've worked for to keep my family safe is dashed aside like ash in the wind. The elites of this town are those vultures. I've tried to bring prosperity to the rest of Cliffspire, heavens know I have. But the position I find myself in lends itself to the whims of the rich and corrupt. You either play the game or are crushed beneath the pieces. And now the board has been splintered and rotten from beneath. Pieces are no longer being moved by the players, they're being moved by someone else entirely.
Yes. But I will tell you this thing now, Botaku. Earlier you said that because the life of your son hung in the balance, that you were forced to do terrible things with no recourse. You couldn't try to fix the wrongs that were being done. But now that we have lanced the ulcer beneath your town, and we will be curing your son, now you can take as whatever matters of recourse that you want. You are free from the shackles that they have bound you with. Do what you will with it.
Those shackles will not free me as much as you think. If this word gets out, and it inevitably will, the town will no longer put their trust in me. I've been compromised. The handyman has moved those pieces too much already. I've been played, moved at the whim of someone else. The only way to break free is to either flip the board or walk away from it. And now that you've set things in motion...
And he looks over to the children, now free.
Now that you've set things in motion, the only thing I can do is walk away. But I will not do so without my son.
Of course.
If you can provide hard evidence to me that of any more individuals involved in willfully perpetuating this criminal underground, noble or commoner, and if you can bring to me this index keeper, whether it is Lord Loreno Alston or not, then I will see to it in my limited capacity that those they wronged will receive justice. If you can find my son, this is your powder, and if it cures him, as you say, or if you can cure him yourself.
And he looks to Balthazar.
Then when all is said and done, I will see to it that you are all rewarded handsomely. before I step down as mayor and call for an election. I've more than proved that I cannot lead. I will leave for a...
You watch his demeanour somewhat soften.
I will leave for a quieter life in Elmshire. Just as my wife and I had always planned before she passed.
That sounds lovely.
And also, if you would, just hold on, Theresa May. So, Zarin is going to kind of look at him and say, but also I feel that you perhaps are giving up a bit too quickly on this. If you wish, you can easily say that my compatriots and I were operating under your purveyance. You had heard that there was that we were capable adventurers from Port Morkney. We came highly recommended, and we were a secret operation that worked on your behalf. If anything, from the town, being the man who brought all their children back and took out quite a horrid underground operation, I think people will be quite eager to look past your blackmail, particularly with your son, to see the good that you had done.
Make a persuasion check.
She does have a point.
With Balthazar's help.
She does have a point. In fact, they might even show sympathy to you. Your son suffered all the same as theirs. It can be hard to break the social caste of noble and politically powerful to the commoner. But everyone has children. Everyone wants to see them well.
Very well. That will be done. I only hope you act quickly. You have all awoken a sleeping giant here. The handyman's reach is felt on both sides of the world. If you are all traveling mercenaries, then you would do well to watch your back the rest of your lives.
You say we're not already doing that.
Very true.
Let me explain that I'm used to having to watch my back.
Because he'll just tilt his neck and shift the collar a little bit to show where Rain mauled the fuck out of him.
You see, you can see a couple of scars down his neck. Battle wounds, as it were.
So he has scars, and I have vampire mauling scars.
We are not the men to give up easy. A lion does not let vultures steal his kill. They wait. He eats his fill first. I won't lie to you. I want a piece of what you have. But I'm not going to pretend to be some friend and stab you in the back. I like deals. I like honesty. I have things to gain from this. Alliances and friendships, maybe monetary reward. But I don't want to do it through swindling and cheating. That would only be ruinous to both of our futures. I'd like to see you stay in power. I would like to have a badge from you, the same way I have from Morkney.
He looks at
And
you.
I would like to see you enjoy a
peculiarly.
long life with your son.
You are already working in official capacity for Morkney, are you not?
We are.
And I'm afraid I cannot grant Morkney official status within the governing body of Cliffspire as well. You're not familiar with the laws regarding official employment of mercenary groups by city-states.
It's a little bit different, you see. We are not just guards or groups like that. We have a very special agreement. Much like the handyman, we handle things that lay outside of the influence of your guards, while still representing you well. We are a special group of employment, not guards, not just army, it's something more unique. That would fall in a different purview of your laws.
I fail to see what this purview is.
Deniability. You have your official guards, and we have sanctions. If anything were to go wrong, there is the opportunity for you to say, they're not part of our guard, and they were acting out of agreement. It's a very, I don't want to say under the table handshake, because there is some legal authority, but it is a very different type.
More side of the table handshake.
Oh god, Nero's out of the darkness.
Poof.
Okay.
You watch Nero kind of emerge from the shadows, and Sarah kind of backs up a little bit, but kind of gains his composure as quickly as it went.
This is my younger ward, the Umberscale. She's a skilled information gatherer and sorcerer. She works well with the shadows. He can find men who'd rather not be seen, like the handyman. Taryn, a intelligent and competent crafter. I a liter of muscle of sorts. Our little Granka here is a force of nature that persuades those who choose not to listen.
Isn't Grunka hiding still?
He is.
Very much so.
He just saying.
Oh, our friend Grunka here gestures to nothing.
Yeah.
Balthazar just kind of gestures to what looks like a tiny pile of rocks in the corner.
Are you nuts? No, he's good.
He's very good at his job.
Sarah just kind of looks at you peculiarly.
Yeah. Soyun has marksmanship with explosive powders like you have never seen. And Velum is a skilled quartermaster.
That is not associated with this.
Not officially, no.
He's a +1 to the party.
But the point stands.
You are certainly...
We do odd jobs.
You're certainly the most colourful group of mercenaries I have met.
We get that a lot.
And it's for that reason we accomplish much more. When was the last time a mercenary group you've met defeated a kraken made out of bones?
Well, it took down an entire underground operation run by a handyman.
There's another moment of pause, and he says again.
Oh, don't forget the trolls, the three-headed troll.
It's true, we did destroy.
Or we're able to go through the ghost way completely
is
to
to
himself.
say- What is to say that these under-the-table deals that you mentioned,
At side of the table.
side of the table, that these side of the table deals will not simply turn into another into another handyman operation. What? How am I not to believe that I am not trading one secretive organization for another?
I mean, the same way that we're discussing it right now, out in the open.
Well, as open as this shack can be, but you understand. She's right, though.
We don't wish to have side dealings. We would actually prefer to be quite renowned for what we can do for everybody. We don't want to be people that sneak in the shadows as much as heroes that bring peace and prosperity to the land.
So you
the fact is... Yes, go.
You wish for me to employ you in official capacity as Cliff Spire's... How would you put it? Well, Cliff Spire's official mercenary band, is that what you're talking about?
Yes. We handle the problems that lie outside of the city walls and you're the guard's authority. But still within your domain.
Then that would be in direct violation of the law that the Malin Court of Officials signed into 65 years ago. Spanning all 11 city-states, that no single city-state shall gather more than one professional mercenary group. In particular, no single mercenary group shall be employed by multiple city-states. Mercenary groups shall influence no laws by no politicians, nor find any seat at any council table. You see, many worry about too much power gathering in one place, be it from a single group of mercenaries or from a single city-state who's signed into law after Dwarven officials from Farinholm will court and trying to build an army of mercenaries and cutthroats to infiltrate and overthrow Answorth for vast quantities of Arborstone. Surely the rest of you should know that.
Well, I find it interesting that it's such a... It's against the law, and yet the handyman seems to not quite care, does he?
No, the handyman operates beneath the law.
And so
As I'm
why
sure.
not? Like, we already have Port Morkney's blessing. We can easily, like, I assume we can easily get yours as well, due to the fact that we've already saved a bunch of children for your citizens. We've taken out the handyman's influence, albeit some of it here, and so why not within the city-states have an amendment to the law? It's not like you can't have a large party to fight fire with fire. That's the saying, is it not?
Something like that.
Are you saying you wish to operate beneath the law as the handyman does?
No, I say we operate within the law. Just adjust the law so we may.
Well, I'm afraid
At
that's
the
it.
next meeting, you can bring forth the suggestion. We already are heading towards Durnholm to help them as well. So, I assume if enough voices within the council support it, then why would it not be something easily doable?
See, I intend to bring to the king 2 from a 3-headed roll and 1 from the cursed king. Has risen from dark cultists. They are spreading through the land in a way and seek total ruination. They killed my old mercenary group, kept me hostage along with my sisters, and nearly killed us. My plan is to go off and avenge them, by slaying this cultist group before they can damn the whole of Mayland. To do that, I plan to cultivate power and influence. Truth is, I would rather make friends. It is far easier for everyone involved. want to befriend the dwarves, and I would like to befriend you as well.
I'm going to go ahead and say either one of you roll persuasion or one with advantage. Siren and Balthazar.
I'm gonna say something, and I know it's sort of a meta thing, but holy shit, Balthazar really likes to talk. Sometimes I feel it's a bit much.
Sorry.
Well, it's for the context of it, it's passable because he's trying to wrangle this difficult being. But
Yes.
yeah, all the time is too much, but it's not all the time right now. So
Sorry. I don't mean to do that, but this is him. This is how he signs his paychecks.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
know.
kind of in his element.
He likes to lay it out as clear as he can, even though it takes a while. But at the same time, he talks too much, I feel, when regarding details. But hey, that's
And yet
him.
he's still holding so many back.
Mm-hmm.
He's just telling you enough to think that he's said too.
Roll that persuasion, whichever one of you.
Do you want me
Wanna
to do
go
it?
for it, Siren? Because I was the one that chimed in.
Ah, god damn. Motherfucker. Oh, low.
Nine.
Bitch. It's alright. I mean, it's still
He,
good.
he thinks to himself for a
Yeah,
moment.
it's still 17.
Thinks to himself and kind of stands back up from the kind of slump he's found himself on the floor. Kind of dusts himself off.
Siren's gonna press the digitate. Quick.
The Mayland Court of Officials meets next month within Dune Hollow. Within the chamber of the Mountain King. I will bring up your concern, but there is no guarantee that it will take hold immediately.
Of course. We merely ask that you bring it up. Now it
Very well.
is. It's grown quite late, and you have a lot to think about. As for the children, is there a means? Again, would you prefer this to be kind of a public return? Like, I don't know if we want to return these children in the dead of night, or should they have guards escorting them to their homes? Saying that the Black Hand, with
Well,
the blessing of Lord Talmud, has returned these children to their parents?
no doubt that the handyman's goons, they already know that the children have gone missing. I emphasize that you find a cure for my son quickly. The reason... It's...
We understand. You don't want the less weight upon your shoulders from outside forces, the better.
That, and the handyman, should he discover that the children are no longer there and his operation destroyed within Cliffspire, will no longer see it fit to provide my son palliative care.
Well,
While
from what
I
we know,
am-
the care wasn't actually helping you.
Which, from what I understand, it was...
suppresses pain.
Yes. At least it was keeping him alive. That's as far as I know. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a healer. But that's as far as I know, that it was keeping him alive.
It was keeping his life less painful. Every parent wants their child to be well and not too hurt. But the sad truth is that medicine did nothing to prolong his life, simply make it more comfortable. Now we seek a way to actually cure him. I might be able to. If it is cursed, I need that scroll to break the curse. If it is a normal disease, I can fix it.
I hope you are correct. But this is also why I suggest you do not attach my name to any of this.
Until he is well and out of your city, and there is no influence left to peddle, and no knife to find you or your son's back, your name will remain a secret until it is revealed this was all your clever plan, and that you saved the children by hiring this group to go in and do something that was just too risky for the sons and daughters that serve your city.
He looks past you. There's and then towards the group of children who are all kind of staring at this whole situation taking place. Just make a very quick insight check for me, Balthazar.
Okay.
I have to go now.
Ah, all right.
15.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh shit.
This felt like it was about to wrap up anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're about
We
done.
were right there.
Knick-knack.
bye. And I'll just say
Bye.
good fun
It's
that
fun.
we got to play card games the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So bye. See you guys next week.
So
Bye-bye.
15. You gather there is definitely a sense of guilt from this whole situation as he looks onto the children, and he says,
I am glad that they are safe. I can only hope that they return to their parents soon. And that they are safeguarded somehow.
Of course.
If I meet you here tomorrow night, bring my son. We will see about your capabilities.
looks to Balthazar.
If that does not work, then I would like for you to seek out this Azure powder. See what you know about it, who keeps it, who retains it, and who this index keeper is.
Lord Talonwood, I've already promised you that I shall do this.
There's a worried and kind of concerned nod, but he seems to understand.
Vellum is going to pipe up.
Oh.
Maybe the good Lord could use an example of your power, and he gestures towards the likely bloodied knuckles of the Lord. Says he was just punching a wall, and you know.
That's right. Which hand is his is all bloodied up?
Which
hand?
He begins kind of looking around. He's been taking in what you've been saying and kind of tuned out past that, and he wipes what looks like a blood-stained knuckle across his nose, and doesn't seem to realise there's like a slight smear of blood in his nose, and he kind of looks at his left hand, and it trembles, and he sits it down to his side.
Oh, his left hand. Well then, I would hold out it's the black hand, left hand, for a handshake.
He slowly takes it.
And as he does, I'll go ahead and put some lay on hands into him until that hand is better.
Watches the cuts and gashes slowly seal up. It's not. I mean, he probably took like 1 point of bludgeoning damage, which heals over quickly.
Not much. But it's the sentiment.
Assurance.
Yeah.
Let's hope you can do the same for my son.
We'll see you tomorrow then.
We will see you tomorrow.
He gestures to the other guards.
Do not forget this scroll, my friend.
I will see what I can find. I'll do the very, very best, my son, even if it means taking out a significant amount of platinum for that scroll.
And he nods to the guards. Makes his way out. Kind of takes up his hood, kind of flips it around his head. Takes the guards out into the rain. And leaves you all there. You have
Wait
a
a
brief,
moment.
you have a few moments pass, about a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You have a moment to yourselves.
I'm gonna send Glim after him just to keep an eye on things.
This is good.
And yet you talk very much in details about certain things.
You have you have no idea how much I still hide.
I can tell. What I'm worried about is what little you share might be picked up on and the puzzle pieces slowly falling into place against you.
Perhaps. But
Might
that is
not
part of the
be-
game.
I might not be as clever with words as you are, but I am a tactician.
I still feel like we should send Glim after him. Anything could happen between here and tomorrow.
Not a poor idea. Not a poor idea at all.
Well, since these kids are going to be stuck here a little longer, I'm going to try and shore up what I can.
Good. Help make them comfortable.
He'll sort of shift himself. He was leaning against something at the time during this conversation, but he shifts himself up and slightly paintbrush before going about trying to find materials.
Is he alright? We did take that long
Been a
rest.
long day.
Yeah.
He is not voicing any maladies besides the grunt.
You guys have not slept at all.
That too.
Yep. Let's,
Mainly probably the couple of broken ribs he still has, but who knows?
Yeah, I want to say we can call it here for now. So
Yeah.
we actually, end sort of on time. Even though I would like to have a talk with Balthasar, but later.
We can do that
I
next
could
time, because
do-
we gotta wait today anyway. We can play more cards,
Wrong
talk,
one. There we go.
chicane.
I'm excited to have Nero come out and murder somebody with me.
It's a bonding exercise.
There's a bonding experience. Surely you know about it, Sayun. Murdering people.
No. I
Oh,
wouldn't say
that was a tense session.
Very.
Yeah.
And some
But it was
fucking
good.
amazing rolls.
I like that I used my 20s to get fucking cheated cards.
Yeah. I love that. Balthazar saying, I like honesty and I like straight deals, and then he cheats the fuck out of cards.
Well, to be fair, that was deception. I was lying to make it look like I had better cards. If I used sleight of hand, I would actually be cheating cards.
Cards was fun, even if it got a little dark towards the end.
Yeah, it got very dark.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, yeah, let's have a fun game of cards, and then it all goes to seriousness. I was gonna have Vellum ask a very, out of sorts question if you want, just to fucking turn it on its head.
You see, that's a fun thing. Everything's lighthearted and fun and great, and then bam, Balthazar T-poses onto Nero, establishes dominance. Murder someone. Hey, to be fair, he gave her a chance. He asked, "Are you sure?" He gave her a chance.
Yeah, but she's not gonna, like, truth or dare isn't gonna be brought up without the dare happening.
I mean,
I
no,
also
you could
like
always-
how
always go try.
like halfway through that session, when the meeting was taking place, Balthazar just went just went straight back into his regular way of speaking instead of taking the potion into account.
I mean, we
forgot.
were playing
And it also
for
wasn't a
like
long time.
Yeah, it was 2 hours, and
Yeah,
by the time like the thing happened, and
I feel like it
Like,
would have
kept
gone
waiting.
worse for him if he had played it out.
Nero sent
It's
me a
alright.
little
It's just
translator thingy.
it's just a silly potion.
Yeah,
She's still got
I
one
like that,
more,
but-
so
Or that
I
next one.
foresee
Maybe I
chaos
can get
in
up
the
for
future.
7 hours.
Yeah, no worries.
Hopefully next session we'll have most things resolved and not have to hide anymore. We can go back to the comfortable, warm, dry room.
the lofty
Oh, yeah.
ravine.
Yeah. I still know if I won the fucking truth or dare round, I know what I would ask.
What?
I'd ask Siren, and if she picked dare, I'd dare her to kiss Balthazar.
Doesn't sound like much of it, eh?
She would have done it. She
Yeah.
would have probably done it on his cheek.
Now, daring her to kiss Velen should probably fire. So.
Yeah, but
no,
it's more.
she would.
kiss
She
his
would
corpse.
like.
It's not
She would
because
make the fuck out with Vellum just to make him uncomfortable.
it
Oh,
was
Lord.
not to poke at Siren. It was to poke at Balthazar.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, I'm gonna stop recording as well.